Hi, folks. Welcome to another WWE Fantasy Log. I am, as always, your host, James Phoenix. Joining me are Jeff and John.
What's up?
What's up? Oh, excuse me.
Jim is hacking up a lung over there, folks. It's okay.
He's dying.
Anyway, we are here to do the usual, and that is to recap the week of wrestling.
Indeed.
We'll do the news. We'll do some scoring. It'll be a good time had by all.
If you can wake up.
I'm awake.
Wake up.
Yeah, we need to give him Kivate.
What? I don't know what that is.
Wake up!
No one knows what that is, Regis. All right. By the way, folks, if you didn't get a chance to check it out, we did Payback on Thursday. Check that out.
Indeed.
All right. Let's go to the news.
We will, in fact, be talking about Payback during the news.
We will.
I have one thing. I'll do it at the end. Unless you want to start with it.
Why don't you go ahead and start with it, yeah.
This may or may not piss John off.
Mm-hmm.
Through Saturday night, Bayley was set to retain the title.
Really?
Sunday, in the span of a half an hour, read the half an hour before going live on the air, they changed their mind 3 times.
That sounds like par for the course.
A total of 6 times within 30 hours before the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's like, really? Like, Alexa's going to win. No, she's not. Yes, she is. No, she's not. Yes, she is. No, she's like, So, classic Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I know, right?
As Shaq will attest to. Wait until the last goddamn minute to decide anything. Yeah, I was just like, really? Wow.
Yep.
So apparently it was not as clear-cut as Jim made it out to be on Thursday of, oh, well, Alexa has to win because that's what they do because they always have, the hometown person lose. It's like, well, apparently that's not what they thought.
No, like I said, sometimes they do have a hometown person win. It's just rare.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But apparently they weren't so certain whether they wanted the hometown person to win or not.
Evidently.
Which is understandable because you can make an argument either way.
Yeah.
I just find that funny that it's like, yeah, in the span of 30 minutes, they changed their mind 3 times right before the show. You're just like, oh, Jesus.
Yep.
Poor Bayley, finding out literally right before going live. By the way, you're losing. What?
Especially when, like, the week before, they're like, nah, you're winning. It's fine.
Yeah, pretty much. Up until Saturday, it's like, no, you're going to win.
You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, this is proof anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation.
Anything could happen in the World Wrestling Federation. Good thing this isn't the World Wrestling Federation.
It's close enough. Anyway, in non-WWE news,
Mm-hmm.
you may recall Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins. You might have heard of him.
Yes. The
Yeah.
Impact.
You may recall that he was
TNA
attempting to buy Impact Wrestling at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You may recall that didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently Billy Corgan decided, well, if I can't have Impact Wrestling, I'll go get the next best thing. So apparently Billy Corgan has agreed, at least in principle, to the purchase of NWA.
Wow.
The National Wrestling Alliance. According to a report at PWInsider.com, the deal would see Corgan take ownership of the name, rights, and trademarks of the NWA, including the championship belts. So that could be interesting.
Wow. Pretty cool.
Of course, the NWA championships were originally defended in TNA when it was first founded until such time as the NWA got tired of their crap and pulled the belts out. They had to make their own.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling along.
That's right. Originally, it was called NWATNA, wasn't it?
Yep.
Forgot about that.
That's how I go.
Mm-hmm.
So, some people may have heard that last weekend, Sean X-Pac Waltman no-showed a wrestling event in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And people were a little worried when he had trouble, even though Kevin Nash said that he was okay, and so did X-Pac's manager. And TMZ Sports finally broke the story several days later that X-Pac was on his way to the UK, but decided it was a good idea to try to take meth and weed through LAX.
He has X-Pac heat with the TSA.
He does.
No, he's got RVD heat with the TSA.
RVD's chill, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
He is.
Yeah, but that's like an RVD thing, dude. He went to the RVD school of flying.
The meth, I don't know.
No, you have to realize the RVD thing is to get in a car with Sabu and then get pulled over with weed and pills, not meth.
That's true. That's true. Fair enough.
Anyway, he was stopped when customs discovered the drugs. The airport police were called to the scene, and he was arrested on the spot, transported to a nearby jail where he was booked for possession of a controlled substance. To make things worse, during the process, officials noted he had an outstanding warrant stemming from a DUI arrest. Bail was set at $35,000, and he has since been released.
Yeah, so not only did he try to go through LAX with weed, but he also tried to
meth.
leave the country with a fucking warrant.
And also, they usually don't check you for a warrant when you're leaving the country.
True,
They probably wouldn't have. That wouldn't have got flagged if he hadn't got busted with the drugs. He would have gotten away with the warrant.
But that's still illegal and stupid, trying to leave the country with an outstanding warrant on your ass.
Yeah.
I just like, oh man, is he okay? And they're like, nah, he's okay. It's like, oh, he's just arrested for weed and meth. Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah.
And because he has an outstanding warrant.
Yeah.
That's normal X-Pac. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't be alarmed, everyone. It's business as usual.
Yep. Pretty much.
And meanwhile, Scott Hall is sitting at DDP's house being like, dude, he should have listened to you, Diamond. He should have listened to you. Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So, The Undertaker, moving on to competent wrestlers. Article in the UK Sun has reported that Undertaker and Michelle McCool were seen entering the David H. Koch Pavilion Hospital in Manhattan earlier in the week, presumably for Undertaker to undergo his necessary hip replacement surgery. This hospital in question is known as the best hospital in the country for orthopedics and second for rheumatology. So, assuming that is the case, we do wish Undertaker a speedy recovery, and we hope everything goes well. Or has gone well, as the case might be, since that was several days ago.
Hope so.
All right. What else we got? So, because this is a thing that he does now, Shawn Michaels is in another movie because he has nothing better to do. Is his hunting show still on?
What do you mean he has nothing better to do? He's in charge of the performance center.
Could have fooled me.
Because wasn't he supposed to have recently become like the head trainer or some shit like a couple months ago?
Purportedly, but apparently he's not doing much training because he's off filming movies.
Okay, then.
He's doing about as much training as David Otunga is commentating.
Yeah, well.
The plus side, this sounds like a good movie.
Okay.
This is the new upcoming film, Pure Country, Pure Heart.
Of course, you would think that sounds like a good movie.
It's actually the third film in the Pure Country series, after Pure Country and Pure Country 2: The Gift.
Pure Country 4, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. And in this movie, Shawn Michaels stars alongside legendary country musician Willie Nelson.
Two bearded men that you can't tell apart.
Yep.
Speaking of weed through the airport,
Yeah,
Liam
right?
Neeson's in the movie.
Also featuring Tony Award nominee Laura Bell Bundy, and a total of, let's see, how many was it? Where's the number? And a total of 23 songs, including 16 which are new for the movie. It's the movie Pure Country, Pure Heart is the moving music-driven tale of teenage sisters Ada and Piper. Upon discovering a letter about their late father, a Marine who died in Iraq, they leave rural Tennessee and hit the road secretly in search of the truth about the man they never knew. As they uncover his past as a budding country music star, the sisters find their own voice, beginning their journey as singers and songwriters. Excuse me. Filmed on location in New Orleans and Nashville, so that's cool. So it sounds like a pretty good movie. It includes Willie Nelson's beloved We Don't Run, Laura Bell Bundy's all-new Grass Ain't Greener, and the Ronnie Cox pen to perform Silver City, as well as a bevy of songs from award-winning country music songwriters, including Trent Dabbs and Jab Bayer, John Kenzie, Maren Morris, and Dallas Davidson and Natalia I can never pronounce that name. Starzynski. There we go. Songs are performed by Bausch, Zuzeldorf, Barnes, Bundy, Cox, and Nelson. The album comes out on August 1st.
You're buying that album, aren't you?
I don't know. I'd hear the songs first. I'm picky about my country. And what else we got here? All right. Charlotte Flair
Woo!
has been the latest victim of a nude photo hack.
Woo!
Rumors began circulating a couple of days ago, as of the 4th, that the multi-time women private nude photos of the multi-time women's champion were stolen. And today she released a statement confirming the news, saying on Twitter on May 4th, private photos of mine were stolen and shared publicly without my consent. These images must be removed from the internet immediately.
I have it on good authority that in these pictures you can see styling and profiling. I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't seen them.
When are women going to realize if you don't want that shit circulated, don't leave it on your goddamn phone?
Your computer can be hacked too, dude. It wasn't necessarily on the phone.
True.
And in all fairness, most of these hacks are not on people's phones. They're on the cloud.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it were phone hacks. Okay, fair enough.
No, the majority of the times it happens is because pretty much all smartphones today, unless you manually go through the effort of disabling that shit, auto back up to the cloud.
Well, that's even worse. Don't leave it. My policy is I don't leave anything on the cloud unless I'm okay with it being on the internet, because guess what? It's on the internet.
Yeah. But either way, it's people's personal storage. It shouldn't be fucking hacked.
Yes.
Dude, anything and everything can and will be hacked.
It can be hacked, but that doesn't mean it should be hacked. Those are two different things.
I shouldn't have to lock my door, but I do.
Well, that's
Exactly.
the thing, too. If you're famous, your shit gonna be hacked because your ass is famous. Live with it, deal with it, and don't put your shit on the internet.
It's the internet. Everybody's shit is on the internet.
Exactly, but if you're famous, you need to be more aware of that, and you need to be more cautious with your shit. Don't put anything on the internet unless you're okay with it being on the internet. That should be the number one rule of all famous people.
Yes, but internet or no internet, that's not necessarily going to be enough protection. Trust me, there are a whole lot. There are a whole lot of things in today's pop culture that try to make a very evident point that anything you have can and will be hacked and put out. You have to be very, very careful.
Yes, but being very, very careful also means don't make it easy for the people to hack your shit. Putting it on the internet is like putting up a big ass sign that says, "My shit is here. Go ahead and take it." It's much harder to get it off of your computer.
Not really.
Oh, well, unless you leave your computer online the whole time.
Have you ever heard of a phishing scam? They work well.
Yeah, but with people like, say, I don't know, professional wrestlers like Charlotte, that doesn't work that well on them because they barely have enough time to actually look at their emails as it is. Phishing doesn't work on people who don't actually have time for that shit.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Oh, they have time that shit. That doesn't. And again, like I said, if you have versus, it's gonna get hacked. Fuck's sake. The United States government servers, most secure servers in the world, got fucking hacked. You can't tell me there's any level of protection that's gonna protect you from being hacked. I'm sorry, no.
Yeah, it's called being not as prevalent nor as hated as the United States government. That is protection against being hacked.
It's the WWE. Approximately 50% of the people employed's job is to be hated.
That's why you don't put the shit on the internet. If it's on your computer, it's much harder for it to be taken or hacked.
I respectfully disagree, but we'll run that by Tachi later. Anyway.
What do you think, John? You've been quiet on this.
Yes.
Okay, moving on.
That's not an answer, but okay.
It is now. Also, I'm so glad I get to do this. As soon as I saw this, I'm like, yes.
It's nude photos of somebody else.
No.
Oh.
No. This is what I like to call, fuck you, Jeff. You and your fucking YouTube guy are wrong. Wrong.
Okay.
Wrong.
Oh, I get to do that later, too.
Wrong. You're wrong.
Oh, I'm about to do that later to you, so yeah, keep on talking.
Who's Jack Ryder, anyway?
Ha. So, as of May 6th, Impact Wrestling has officially filed for trademark ownership of the Broken trademarks.
Okay, then.
Impact Wrestling has officially filed paperwork with the United States Patent and Trademark Office for multiple trademarks related to the Broken characters and gimmicks previously portrayed by the Hardy Boys. They appear to have filed trademarks on April 28th, so it was a little while ago, for the terms Broken Matt, Brother Nero, Vanguard 1, and Broken Brilliance, and the owners are actually listed as TNA Entertainment LLC.
Okay, then.
This follows Matt filing his own trademark on Broken Matt Hardy on March 1st.
Okay, but if Matt filed it first, doesn't that mean he gets the trademark?
Well, Matt's just for Broken Matt Hardy. They only filed Broken Matt and a few other things. The government is very explicit.
So he could still use the Broken gimmick if he has the trademark. I'm Broken Matt Hardy. Fuck you.
Yes, but he wouldn't be able to use all the other shit related to it. It would still be a huge legal pain in the ass. So,
well, it's not like WWE is planning to use Brother Nero anyway, so that's not a problem.
No, but at the same time, WWE is not the kind of people to go and half hog on anything that they can't guarantee they won't get sued over. They won't do that shit. If they don't own the Broken Universe whole hog, they will not run the Broken characters. Which is probably why the Hardy Boys retain the titles.
Fair enough.
Okay. That was our weekly appeal to the 70s, by the way. I forgot to announce it. That's all the news I got. Anybody else?
Nope. Just had the payback thing.
Let's go to the charts.
Let's.
What the hell? What is this? Oh.
That's a great way to start anything.
Yeah, there were links in the chat, but they're the ones from before the recording went on the air. Okay. Let's fire up the Excel document and see where we are.
One of those pictures is Brock starting a Sharknado.
Yes. I approve of this. Come on, give me the screen share. Okay. Starting screen share. So as you can see, folks at home, as of Payback this past Sunday, the scores come in as follows. Team Extreme is in the lead at 1901, followed shortly by Certified Jerichoholic, which is being amended tonight. I'll get to that in a sec. Followed by Team Apocalypse.
Wow. I got a lot more points at Payback than I thought. Okay.
All right. So, yes. There we are. 1199 Team Apocalypse.
All right.
Oh,
easy there, cowboy.
All right. So let's see here. So I'm officially going to amend this team name.
Fuck you.
To the Certified Balor Club.
Thought it was going to be Broken Chris Jericho.
No. Now I have to remind myself how to amend the team name on this.
Dude, that's what I should have called my team just to quote fuck that owl unquote.
Yeah,
I should have
right.
called my team the Broken Universe.
You should
There you
have. A Certified Balor. Copy.
Making copies.
You're old.
It's a great bit.
It's old.
Yeah, that's still awesome. It's better than half the shit you find on SNL now.
Yeah. It is the official policy of the League of Opinionated Gentlemen not to acknowledge or give positive feedback to anything Rob Schneider has ever done.
Hey, Rob Schneider on SNL was the best shit he's ever done.
Now, come on. You Can Do It is kind of funny.
Okay, you're right. You're right. I went too far. I'll give you that.
But that's about it. And I know it's not related to him. However, in the South Park game,
Rob Schneider is a carrot.
Yeah,
Yes.
Rob Schneider is the stapler. Like that's funny.
Well,
I know it's not.
That's
not. It's not. Yeah, it's not attributed to him.
That's a parody.
But,
that's not. Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you ever pick up the second one? The second game?
It's not out yet.
Really? I thought it came out already.
Nope. It's delayed.
Didn't hear that one. How long is it delayed until?
Nobody knows.
Wow.
Hey, but you know what? Still has more marketing than the Wonder Woman movie.
Oh.
True.
I was on Facebook yesterday and they had a trailer.
Oh shit, they did?
Yeah. I know.
Apparently trailers all over the internet and stuff, but yeah.
Wow, where are you going? Because people on the internet haven't seen shit. They found Dr. Pepper cans and that's it.
I know. Yeah, there's Dr. Pepper cans, but there was some kind of clip or something that flagged up as an advertisement on Facebook. Anyway, okay, so that's Certified Balor Club now. Okay, now I just have to go over to here, and I amend this guy, and I have to hit a data refresh. That would help. Okay. Oops, I missed Nia Jax.
She feels left out now.
Good.
It admittedly would have been kind of funny if you didn't, or if you did miss her like the entire time, and then you were behind by whatever points she had.
Yeah, that would be funny.
And then we could have our own little Oscar ceremony where one person thought they won, and then the second one could actually win.
Related note: anybody see the new Honest trailer for La La Land?
I did.
No.
I was disappointed that the starring section was real and not funny.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was okay.
But that was legitimately cool that they did that though.
I guess I don't know. Neither is a movie I want to see, so it doesn't matter to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my team name has been amended, so we can move on. Let's go to the leaderboards. Top of the leaderboards is Jeff Hardy, the charismatic enigma, at 177. 20 points behind him is the new Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss, 157. Matt Hardy coming in at 148.
Broken Matt.
Followed by the monster among men, Braun Strowman at 145, just 2 points ahead of Chris Jericho, the United States champion. Followed by TJ Perkins at 139, a few points ahead of Austin Aries, AA, 135. Followed by the Cruiserweight champion, Neville, 132. Just a point ahead of the Demon Finn Balor, who is just ahead of Randy Orton, rounding out the top 10 at 124.
He hears voices.
Wow. There's one SmackDown dude in the top 10.
Well, we just had a Raw pay-per-view.
That's true.
So I want you, Raw exclusive pay-per-view means Raw people will have higher scores for now.
And I find it funny, the one SmackDown dude that's on the list is the one SmackDown dude that didn't even fucking show up this week. It's like, okay then.
Yep.
So he may not be up there come this week.
Probably not, but we'll see.
We'll see if Neville stays there.
Neville.
Well, he at least showed up.
Did he?
He's my only guy in the top 10. My next person is, I think, just deleted. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's
Dean
Ambrose,
Ambrose.
but he's so far down. He has to win the tag belts by himself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, he is the
No.
main event on Raw now because we don't have a Brock Lesnar. So whenever a title is defended and it's a main event, when he defends his title, it will be a main event. So especially for the pay-per-views going forward, since Brock. Well, actually, this should have been on the news. Brock. The reports that say that Brock isn't going to be around till like SummerSlam is bullshit.
No, it's not SummerSlam. He's back in July.
Or in July, which is not true. It's just that apparently Brock is supposed to show up and like actually be on shows and stuff. It's just nobody knows what that schedule is at the moment. But he has been. They're basically WWE and Brock. Apparently, there is like a hidden agreement. They're like hidden.
Mhm.
They've talked to Brock and said, "Yeah, Brock, we need you to be at shows and stuff." And Brock's like, "Yeah, okay." But apparently WWE and Brock haven't decided just when that's going to be. So he's supposedly Brock is going to be around because champ. And so apparently he will be showing up more than what people think he will. It remains to be seen if that's true, but that's what they're saying that he.
Which is fine. I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up, but be aware that he's not going to be doing much if he does, because it was very clearly advertised by that arena for the July pay-per-view that is Brock's first title defense. So.
Also, I like that he's like, well, if it makes you feel better, whenever Dean Ambrose defends the title, let's rewind to 3 weeks when he's like, Dean Ambrose's title poison. He never defends it.
Yeah.
So does that make me feel better? Not really.
Except that the main feud they're basically doing on Raw right now is for his title, so he's obviously going to defend it. And at least because of that, even if he doesn't wrestle, it still makes him consistent because that means he shows up every week on Raw and actually does shit.
Hopefully.
He did this week.
Yay.
Yes,
He's the one that made the main event.
He showed up for some promo points. Ooh.
Yeah. Wait, he didn't show up and win the women's belt and the Intercontinental. Damn it.
Didn't he actually come out for the main event? Wasn't he actually on commentary?
Yes, I believe he was.
Since he made the match.
Does main event commentary get you 3 more? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, what's our first match?
Hang on one sec.
Okay. Raw is brought to you by Snickers.
Also, John, it's a little spoiler, but if it makes you feel any better, you are currently the entirety of the Raw main event feud, so have fun with that.
We'll see. I don't think it'll be enough, but we'll see.
All right. Let's open up Monday Night Raw, as we are wont to do. The May 1st edition of Monday Night Raw, Payback Fallout edition, comes from the Golden One Center in Sacramento, California.
Mm-hmm.
Which, fun fact, is the hometown of Apollo Crews.
Oh, really?
Did he even show up?
He did, and he won.
Hmm.
So, there you go, John.
Woohoo.
I think you have Apollo, don't you?
I think so, yeah.
He has the
You have
entirety of the Titus brand.
There you go. That'll be your saving grace.
Oh man, I need to change my team name now.
To
Yes.
Titus brand?
Titus brand. Yes.
There you go.
All right, so we're going to open up Monday Night Raw with the ladies. Jeff, did you see Raw and SmackDown this week, by the way?
I did. That's why
Okay.
I know John is the entirety of the Raw main event going forward.
Fair enough. So, all the Raw divas open up in the ring. There's red carpet and a podium. Alexa then gets an entrance. Comes out and waves her new title around. And gloats about her victory. Talks trash to everybody in the ring except for Alexa Bliss. Except for Nia Jax.
Oh.
Alexa Bliss does.
Everyone here is really terrible. You know who's great? Alexa Bliss.
Pretty much.
Pretty much what she said. This is, I am a queen and I deserve a coronation. This is her coronation ceremony. Who dares disrupt my coronation ceremony?
Karma comes out.
Yeah, her coronation ceremony. Well, it was kind of interrupted, but not by anybody
Anyway.
who wasn't there.
Anyway, so Alexa then focused her ire on Bailey and talked about beating her in front of her family at Payback. Bailey eventually gets pissed off and flips the podium with Alexa on it, and then all the women begin to brawl, which leads. We'll open up with giving Alexa promo points real quick, real fast. Let me throw this back into Superstar Alphabet mode.
That she basically like tells off all the faces and basically kisses Nia's ass.
Because she's smart.
Yeah.
Because they're tagging later in the night.
Well, also, Alexa's like 5'1".
Yeah.
And Nia Jax would probably just eat her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which photos of them would be hacked and put on the internet.
I'm just saying, am I the only one who's disappointed that they gave Mickie James her old ring gear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Huh? Wait.
I would prefer not the one that they usually give her with like the flared pants.
The bell bottoms, yeah.
Yeah.
I was disappointed because when she first came back, they had her in like fucking jeans and shit when she was like Alexa Bliss's manager, and then when she actually started wrestling, they gave her the fucking flared bell bottoms. I'm like, really? You had to give her old gear? You couldn't make her a little more legit? Come on now. It's not like she's fucking 30 anymore. What the shit?
Yeah, but in all fairness, if that's the ring gear where you won how many women's championships, it's kind of legit.
It wasn't legit when she won the championships. What are you talking about? I like Mickie James, but that was always the worst part about her. When she came out in that gear, I was like, really? That's ring gear? Like, no, that's terrible ring gear. I'm sorry.
Well, it's ring gear.
She needs shit with lightning on it, like Sin Cara.
Oh, no. We're going to get to Sin Cara's new ring gear later in the night.
Jesus.
We're going to get there.
God.
I'll throw up a picture of that later.
And when we get there, I will be questioning whether that's actually Hunico, but we'll get there.
Okay, we'll find out. Anyway, so after the beatdown, the women's brawl ensues. During the course of the commercial break, somebody comes out. I'm just going to assume it was Teddy Long, and organizes them into an 8-woman tag team match plan.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I will not put it past Kurt Angle to hire Teddy Long as his assistant.
Yeah. So we end up with Nia, Emma, Alicia, and Alexa versus Bailey, Mickie, Sasha, and Dana.
And admittedly, this was actually not a terrible match, but we'll get there.
It was not a terrible match. Bailey works on Emma's arm to try to start things off. Tags in Mickie, who continues on that. Hits a few moves. Banks and Fox gets tagged. And Banks hits a hip toss and then a double knee drop. Alexa tags back in, works over Sasha until Bailey hot tags. Slams Alexa's face into the turnbuckle, drops her neck over the ring rope, and then spears her. Splash in the corner. All hell breaks loose. And somehow in the course of the crazy brawl, everything culminates with Bliss nailing a DDT on Bailey and picking up the win.
Yeah. Yeah, the first half of the match where the faces basically ran roughshod over the heels, it, for the first time probably in ever, a Divas tag match actually felt like a tag match. Like they were literally tagging in and out, double teaming, and just it looked like for one night they got trained by the Hardy Boys. I'm like, wow. That's kind of impressive. Although part of it might have been because Mickie James was probably like, ladies, you're going to get your shit together if I'm teaming with you.
Yeah.
Because truth be told, they did have Mickie James. So
it's true.
But yeah, I was kind of surprised. I was like, wow, this feels like a tag match.
Indeed.
And then all hell broke loose and DDT ensued.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and since the faces lost, we'll score the faces first.
Indeed.
As far as I can gather, only 3 people in this match actually hit a move. So
Mickie James being one of them.
Mickie James hit a move?
Yay.
She hit her kick. She hit her signature kick, not the Mick kick, because obviously no one actually did a finisher, but her spinning back kick that she uses as a setup.
Oh, because I just said the only kick mentioned that she did was a drop kick.
I'm fairly certain she did the setup mitt kick, but I could be wrong.
Okay, well, I'll give her a point.
Because she always uses that kick.
Yeah. Okay. So 4 people in the match got a point then. All right. So we'll start off with the faces. So Mickey, Bailey, and Sasha all had 1 move. So they're each going to get 5 for competing, and 1 move point is 6 points to each of those people. 59. And then Mickey James is going to get 6 points. It's going to put her at 22. And then who the hell was the other one? Oh, Sasha. Sasha. 78. And then Dana Brooke had no moves, so Dana Brooke is going to get 5.
I don't even remember what her signatures are.
Nobody does.
Who
I'm
Dana
not
Brooke?
sure she does.
Yeah. Because I want to say on NXT she won a match or 2, but I don't remember.
I don't know, but her
move she
finishing
used.
move is the Michi no clue driver.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
No, her finishing move is a Samoan driver.
Okay, then her signature is a Michi no clue driver because I know I've seen her do one.
Well, it's not on her list, or the list that we use anyway.
She does it sloppily, but she does one.
Okay, well, I'm getting an indication of the Samoan driver as the finisher, so.
Rikishi's finishing move?
No, that was a Samoan drop.
No, he used the Samoan driver and the ass to faces.
Fair enough.
He did use the Samoan driver, didn't he, John? Put him on the shoulder. Boom!
It was called something else, but yeah, he had one like that. Because I remember it was in the game, and I
don't want Rikishi the cause. I don't want Rikishi the wrestler. There we go. Rikishi had the Rikishi driver.
Yeah, that's what it was called.
Which is not. It's an over the shoulder reverse pile driver. That's not a Samoan driver.
Okay, I thought that was a Samoan driver, but fair enough.
No, that's an over the shoulder reverse pile driver.
Okay.
Whereas a Samoan driver, on the other hand, is actually it's a fireman's carry position, and then pull them over the shoulder and down to the mat while falling to a sitting position, so the opponent lands on their upper back and neck between the legs. So basically, it's put them in a fireman carry and then swing them into what should be a Falcon Arrow, but laying them on their shoulders instead of their back.
So it's a Samoan tombstone, is what it is.
Kind of, yeah. Except you drop to the ass instead of to the knees.
And hence the Samoan.
Also, Jeff is correct because Rikishi did that because remember when he put Austin out? He did it with a car, therefore he's a Samoan driver. So.
Oh, I get it.
Booyah!
Okay.
He did it for The Rock.
He did. Okay, so going over to the heels. The only heel who hit a move was Alexa, so we'll get to her in a minute. So the other heels are all going to get 15 points for being on the winning team. And they're going to get 5 points for showing up for the match. So 20 points to all the heels.
Nia doesn't get signature points for killing people.
Not if she didn't use any of her moves to kill people.
And it's weird that Dana's on the face team. I don't care. It's weird.
I know, it is.
It is. But interestingly enough, I think she kind of works as a face.
Well, they did a good job by turning her against Emma and making her that sympathetic person of she's never had a chance to shine on her own because she's always been forced into other people's shadows.
Yeah.
And now she's trying to stand on her own, and Emma's trying to pull her back into that role. She doesn't want it. They gave her a good role to make people like her.
Yeah, now if only she had actual talent.
She's not the worst.
On that roster, yeah, she is.
She's not the worst we've ever seen, but that's not necessarily
she's not the worst we've ever seen, but currently on that roster, she kind of is. She's sloppy as all fuck. She doesn't look as strong as she should, given her physique. I mean, I'm sorry, it says it all when Emma, who I've never really liked in the ring and thought she didn't look that great, looks better in the ring than fucking her. Yes, but I make you a counterpoint. Fair enough.
Dana might not be perfect. She doesn't need it to succeed. Naomi is a multi-time women's champion.
Why do you
looks
say
better
these
in the
hurtful
ring than
things?
I'm sorry, Naomi is better than her, and I can't believe I'm saying that. But I have to give props where it's due, since going on this championship run and in the recent like weeks and months, Naomi has gotten better to the point that when she's in the ring, I'm not like, okay, she's complete trash now. It's like, okay, she actually looks okay in the ring. I still think the review's a fucking stupid move. I think she could use some work here and there, but it's not like Dana where she's, she has one thing, and that's she's got muscle, and she can't even lift a fucking twig over her head to body slam it. It's like, come on, really?
I do think Naomi's better because she's been there longer. Like,
there's that too. Yeah,
Dana's green as hell even now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but being there longer doesn't mean anything either. Alicia Fox has been there longer than almost the entire roster, and she still nearly cripples people with an axe kick on a weekekly basis.
But I think that's one of the things that's hurting Dana is that she still hasn't really
She's
done
still green, yeah.
Yeah. So just by virtue of that, I think that she's worse than Naomi as much as I don't think Naomi's great.
Yeah, and I would also point to you. You said Alicia Fox has been there longer than anyone except for like Mickie James. I would say yes, and if you actually watch that women's match, it fucking shows. As much as we hate on Alicia Fox, she's not terrible. Yes, her one move can cripple people, hence why she misses with it all the time, because WWE knows she can cripple people with it. But if you watch her do other stuff, her experience shows. She's not terrible. Like, I was watching that match, and I'm sitting there thinking, oh yeah, Alicia Fox has been around for a while. Just watching her do her moves, I'm like, and it shows because she knows what she's doing in that ring. She may not look the best, but she knows what she's doing, and it shows. Mickie James, obviously, longest running person there, and that obviously shows. She's obviously the best wrestler in that ring. But
fair enough.
Yeah, Alicia shows. Like I said, I have to give credit where credit is. As much grief as we give these women, you can tell who's been there longer, and you can tell who's got that experience. Like, as much as we gush about Bayley and Sasha, and they are very, very good, much like Dana, they are still green as hell, and it shows.
But they definitely have talent.
They have talent. They are very good. But they don't have the confidence that someone like an Alicia Fox or a Mickie James has in that ring. They're not as comfortable in that ring as those two ladies are because they've done it for so long.
All right, so Alexa Bliss is going to get 20 points for winning the match. She's going to get 5 for being in it. It's 25. 1 for the DDT is 26 points, Alexa. So that's 68. 78. That puts her at 188. All right.
I mean, I put to you, Maurice could probably wrestle circles around half that fucking roster if she really wanted to.
If she worked off the ring rust, yes.
Wouldn't be that hard.
Well,
I still want Victoria to come back, damn it.
I'm waiting to see what Lana can do.
I hope Lana is good. I really do.
Anyway, we go to the backstage area where Enzo and Cass are getting ready to come out for Enzo's match tonight.
I think she'll look sexy as hell, and you can't teach that.
Nice.
Okay, then.
Well, it's true. It's damn true.
Stop. Anyway. So they're getting ready for it to come out for Enzo's match against Luke Gallows. They come out to the ramp and cut their usual promo, but before Cass can spell it out for them, Gallows and Anderson jump the certified G's from behind. Cass finally manages to fight them off, so Enzo can recover and start the match.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to throw promo on that.
No.
Because they're only doing their usual opening, but I will throw out of match assault to the club.
Woo!
That's Carl Anderson. 63. No, 63. There we go. And Luke,
admittedly, part of me is kind of surprised at the outcome of this match.
and 6. Okay. Now then, The match is Luke Gallows versus Enzo Amore, 1-on-1
With managers.
with managers. Gallows beats the crap out of Enzo for a while. Enzo fires up with some elbows, but gets shut down again. Tries to take out Gallows' knee, but Gallows counters with an uppercut. Basically, Enzo kept trying to get an advantage, and Gallows kept shutting him back down, was the story of this match. Finally, Enzo reversed a vertical suplex attempt into a small package, but got a 2 count off it. He went up top, and Anderson distracted him, and Gallows snatched him and hit a variation of the Death Valley Driver for the win. So, win to Luke Gallows. So, we'll go ahead and we'll give some accompaniment points to Cass and Anderson.
Yep.
Big Cass. 85. And then technically, if I just read that correctly, Carl Anderson interfered in the match, actually. Okay. Anderson distracted Enzo, so Anderson is going to get 5 for accompaniment and 6 for an interference, is 11 points to Carl Anderson.
Ooh.
Puts him at 74. And then Enzo showed up for the match, so he's going to get 5 points for competing in it. That's about it. His 5 is going to put him at 62. And then Luke Gallows won the match. He gets 20 for that. He gets 5 for being in it. And he gets 3 move points. Is 28 points to Luke Gallows.
Woohoo.
Is 76. And then 8 is 84. Okay. So following this, we cut to the back.
Mm-hmm.
Where TJ Perkins approaches Neville, and pokes fun at Neville for having to cheat to win at Payback. Neville says he doesn't allow anyone to slander the King and says it was the referee's fault for being out of position. Promo to Perkins and Neville.
Mm-hmm.
Neville.
And I would like to say I love what they're doing here with TJ Perkins, Neville, and Austin Aries.
Mm-hmm.
Though I have to wonder if it's taking way too long. Because it's like now seeing what they've been doing and what they're continuing to do, it makes sense why Austin Aries would lose that last match at Payback.
Mm.
Because it seems like what they've realized is Neville's the only legitimate heel they have with the cruiserweights. And if Neville's going to drop the title to Aries, who is an out-and-out babyface, they need a heel to face him. And that's why the heel turned TJ Perkins, because they needed a heel to face him. And TJ Perkins is doing a great job as a heel, but they need to build him up. And that's what they've been doing.
Yeah. Also, Drew Gulak says what?
Drew Gulak is irrelevant.
Drew Gulak is awesome.
Maybe awesome, but he's irrelevant.
No, he's not. He's got a great gimmick of I'm against high-flying people. I'm going to make sure they don't high-fly. That's a great gimmick.
Which is fair enough, but that gimmick doesn't work against Austin Aries because Austin Aries is a ground-and-pound cruiserweight.
True. I'm just saying Drew Gulak is, in fact, a heel. Don't say they have no heels.
Well, they don't have any heels that are on Austin Aries' level that could face him.
I would like to see Austin Aries fight Noam Dar.
I was going to say, doesn't Ryan Kendrick count? Or
Brian Kendrick is old. He doesn't count anymore. He's past his usefulness date. His usefulness is putting over other people, not being in the main event.
But you put him in the event to put over Austin Aries as a good champion.
Yeah.
You could. I kind of like where they're going with the TJ Perkins thing, though. I think that was clever as hell that they decided to heel turn him, and they're making him an unconventional heel because he's getting under Neville's skin. He's probably going to cost Neville the title at the next pay-per-view, thus setting up, the number one contenders feud and then going into the feud against Austin Aries.
Wouldn't shock me.
And it's going to be great because TJ Perkins is doing so well as a heel, it's surprising.
He is, but if he costs Neville the title, I guarantee he ain't going to be heel very long because everybody's going to be cheering the shit out of him.
Well, I mean, cost him the title by getting under his skin.
Ah, gotcha. Fair enough.
If they do it right, they can have him cost him the title and not face turn.
Yeah. All right, so that happens. So we gave them promo points. We then come to the promo of the night. And this is luckily I got here right in time for this when I was tuned into the program.
This is where you came in?
This is where I came in.
All right.
So Seth freaking Rollins comes out to the ring. And he proceeds to talk about how he beat, he's done he's pretty much checked off everything on his to-do list so far. He beat Triple H at WrestleMania. He beat Triple H's Enforcer Samoa Joe at Payback. Stephanie got her comeuppance, so that was unintentional. So, all that said and done, so there's really only one thing left for him to do. I want the Beast. I want the Universal Championship. Well, Rollins was interrupted by Finn Balor.
Oh.
You're only smoke and mirrors.
Mm.
No? Is that not what you're doing? Okay.
Do.
That just sounds like a video game theme song. Anyway.
That's Finn Balor's theme song.
Okay, then. Anywho, Finn Balor comes out of the ring. And he says, now, Seth Rollins, I respect you, Seth Rollins. You're the one-legged man who won an ass-kicking contest at WrestleMania. But I'm the one-armed man who beat you for the first ever Universal Championship. A title which I never lost, by the way. So the way I see it, I'm first in line for a title match. And the two go back and forth a little bit.
Awesome. I came to play.
No.
I thought he came out next.
No.
No, it was Ambrose, wasn't it?
Yes, you fail. Let me do the recapping. Asshole. Anyway. So Dean Ambrose comes out to the ring, Intercontinental title in tow. And he proceeds to come down and get in a ring. And he looks at the two and he's like, man, guys, Brock. You guys sound like a bunch of chickens out here.
Yeah, that's right. He did say that.
Now look, there's one thing I know about Brock Lesnar is that Brock Lesnar fights where he wants to and when he wants to. And let's be perfectly honest, that's not all that often. So what we should really be talking about right now is this Intercontinental Championship right here. Now, everybody knows that I'll fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. And Dean basically talks about, says he'll face either of them. He doesn't really care. Awesome! I came to play. That's a price to pay. So Miz and Maurice come out to the ring. It's like, if anybody around here deserves to be the Intercontinental Champion, it's me. I'm the one that brought prestige and respect back to that title on SmackDown Live. I am the most must-see champion in WWE history. Do you hear that? The people start booing the Miz. Do you know why they hate me? Because they know I am the biggest threat on Monday Night Raw.
Samoa Joe says what?
I'm gonna be honest. Literally, the fact that he said that, I was waiting for the Braun Strowman roar.
Isn't he injured?
Yeah, but it's Braun Strowman. He no-sells everything. That's his job.
He's not Roman Reigns.
No, he's the guy who destroyed Roman Reigns.
Yeah, and then he absorbed his power. That's how that works.
Exactly.
Who apparently completely no-sold it for a candid photo shoot in Rome.
Mm-hmm.
With the man who destroyed him.
Mm-hmm.
So he completely no-sold K-Fob. That takes commitment.
He did, yeah.
I'm okay.
Blame Titus O'Neil for that. He posted the picture like a dumbass.
Still, they should have known better than to take the picture at all.
Hey, they are human beings. They have a right to take pictures when they go sightseeing to cool places in foreign countries.
We figured out Jeff's new gimmick, victim blamer.
Yes. Approved. Anyway, so Dean counters Miz and says, no, you're not. and says, "Now look, there are two things that I know. Number one, I will fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. And number two, everybody likes seeing the Miz get beat up.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask, who out here would like to see Finn Balor beat up the Miz?" Crowd pop. All right, all right. Who would like to see Seth Rollins beat up the Miz? Crowd pop. All right, well, I got an idea here. Luckily, and he's not here tonight, but Dean Ambrose reaches into his jacket, fumbles for a minute, then pulls out a cell phone. Luckily, I have Kurt's number. Hang on a minute. So Dean Ambrose calls Kurt on the phone. He's like, "Hey, Kurt, yeah, it's Dean. I mean, I got your number from Foley. Look, I have an idea for this match. Listen up here." And he puts his mic down as he goes to talk on the phone behind the other guys for a minute. Then he comes back out, and he informs him, first of all, man, he was not happy that I had his number. But he did also inform me that tonight's main event, we're going to have a triple threat #1 contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship, featuring Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and The Miz. So there we go. Promo points to all those people except Maurice because she didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm. Of course, we all knew who was going to win that match, given who's the only heel in that match.
Yeah, well, we'll get there. All right, so promo points all around. We got Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Evan, we got Finn Balor.
Demon King.
6, we've got
The Miz.
The Miz. Yeah, we'll throw the Miz some points down here. Where the hell is he? Keep going. There we go. What's him at 68? We got Maurice. We'll get some appearance points because she did at least show up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to go to Dean Ambrose, who's over here, and he's going to get pushed up to 101.
Mm-hmm.
Finn Balor should be the Demon King of the Cruiserweights, but
Mm-hmm. He should be the Demon King of the WWE, but the Beast says what?
Yeah, well.
Although I do have to admit, that was one of Dean Ambrose's probably better promos, better spots.
That was a great promo. It was awesome.
He was legitimately funny.
He was. Anyway, so following that, we go to a commercial. We come back for a Cruiserweight Tag Team match play. It's a 6-man. It's Gentleman Jack Gallagher teaming with Rich Swann and Akira Tozawa to take on Noam Dar, Tony Nese, and the Brian Kendrick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Cruiserweights beat each other up for a while. And the match ends with an interesting combination of moves. Let's see. Swann kicks Noam Dar in the head after hitting the Faymaster and his Rolling Thunder maneuver on Kendrick. Kendrick goes for a sliced bread on Swann, but Gallagher headbutts Kendrick from the apron mid-move. Gallagher then gets tagged in. Kendrick applies the counter hook on him, but Tozawa breaks it up by hitting him with a Shining Wizard. And then he and Swann hit double suicide dives on Nese and Dar as Gallagher running drop kicks Kendrick for the win. So
I got all kinds of shafted in that match.
You did. So look at this here. Kendrick was the only heel that hit any moves.
So at least I'm the only one that got move points, but that's not saying much.
He was the only heel that hit any moves. The faces all hit moves, several of them.
Fair enough.
But anyway, so
all the other heels suck.
They do. It's Tony Nese and Noam Dar.
Exactly.
No offense to them, but they don't exactly have a lot of moves each. So Nese and Dar are each going to get 5 points for showing up for this match. Noam Dar. Let's do it. 20. Tony Nese is going to get 19. Okay. And then the Brian Kendrick had 1 move point, so he'll get 6.
All right.
That'll put him at 44. Now on the face team, Gallagher got the wins, and we'll do the other guys first. So Akira Tozawa is on the winning team. He gets 15 points for that, and 5 for competing is 20. And 3 removes is 23 points to Akira Tozawa.
Ha, 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 ha.
27. Okay.
So is that Tozawa, or are you doing a Tien impression when he's trying to fight Cell?
By the way, speaking of fighting games, did anybody see the new Injustice DLC trailer that came out yesterday?
I did.
No.
Sub-Zero.
Really? They finally decided to put Sub-Zero in a game.
The opening pack is Sub-Zero. The first DLC pack is Sub-Zero, Starfire, and, yes, the Red Hood.
Okay, then.
Also, they showed the silhouettes of the other 2 packs. The pack on the left was clearly headed by Black Manta, and the pack on the right was very obviously headed by Raiden.
Does look like him, yeah.
MK Raiden?
MK Raiden.
So Scorpion even in this game?
Nope.
He was in the first game.
He was.
He had his place.
So which version of Sub-Zero is it? Is it Lord Sub-Zero?
Different.
I don't know.
one?
Yeah, so it's a new one.
It looks like he perma has swords, but the
So it is
trailer
Lord-
was very short.
So that sounds like Lord Sub-Zero, the Lord of the
Short
Lin Kuei.
swords.
But he's cool because he has the mask, not like stupid scruffy beard nonsense.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, it's the Lord of the Lin Kuei, because that version I think has the mask.
So is that older brother Sub-Zero Lord of the Lin Kuei or younger brother Sub-Zero Lord of the Lin Kuei?
I believe younger brother. But I
Younger
don't know.
brother or even younger than that, because older brother is Noob Saibot.
That's still a stupid fucking name.
It
It
is,
is.
but yeah, that's older brother became him. So older brother isn't even Lin Kuei, he's just Black Ninja Dude.
He was
Okay,
that
then.
way though.
He was. Well, he was the Lord until he became Black Ninja Dude.
Anyway, we went back over to this.
Mhm.
So Rich Swann is also going to get himself 15 points for being on the winning team. 5 for competing is 20. And he also had 3 moves, so 23 points to Rich Swann.
Oh, can you handle this?
Can't handle this, can't handle this. It's 97, that's 107. And 3 is 110. All right. And then Jack Gallagher won this match. So he's going to get 20 points for winning, 5 for competing is 25, and 2 moves is 27 points to gentleman Jack Gallagher. 86-96 is 103. All right. So after this, we cut backstage to where The Miz is doing an interview, but he's interrupted by Dean Ambrose, who takes over and begins, and it's a funny moment because The Miz, like the interviewer, whoever was interviewing Miz, asked the first question, holds the microphone out. Camera pans over to The Miz, and The Miz begins answering the question. And then he pauses mid-question, and the camera pans back, and Dean Ambrose is now holding the microphone. It's like the microphone didn't leave the shot, but the person holding it changed. It was a cool camera effect. And Dean Ambrose starts asking him some questions of his own, like, does your hair gel get in your eyes when you wrestle? And The Miz gets pissed off and storms off. And so Dean, in hilarious fashion, turns to the camera and goes, well, that was The Miz. I'm Mean Dean Ambrose. Back to, who did he throw to? Bobby and who commentated with Bobby Heenan?
Vince, or was that later?
That was a little bit of a, who was it? Oh, I think it was Heenan. I think he said Bobby and Gorilla, I think.
Okay,
But he threw back to old commentators. It was funny. Mean Dean Ambrose. I approve. So promo points to Miz and Dean. Hello, is anybody still there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Okay. John, you're muted. I guess he knows he's muted. Okay.
I didn't have much to say. Sorry.
Okay. Well, your mouth was moving with your silence, so
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. I just couldn't tell because I saw your mouth moving. I didn't know if you were trying to talk to us or if you were muting and talking to
No, I thought
Wesley.
I thought I hit the mute button to unmute to say I didn't have much to say, and then
Okay. Anyway, so Miz is going to get 5 points. That's going to put him up at 73. And Mean Dean Ambrose.
Mean Dean Okerlund.
Mean Dean Ambrose. All right, so we're going to go give him 5 points. He's going to go to 6. Okay. So we go back to the ring where we are joined by Cesaro. Sheamus takes the lead on this promo. And he talks about, you know what? Isn't it great not to have to pretend anymore? I mean, let's be honest. I never really liked any of you people. I think you and I both know that. But you know, Cesaro did. Cesaro thought that by having your support, with your support, we could reclaim the tag team titles, and I believed it for a while. I did. You know, they kept telling me the fans would like me too until WrestleMania, when it was going to be our moment. We were finally going to reclaim the tag team titles. We were all set to go out there and be the stars at WrestleMania. And then, at the last minute, the Hardy Boys get added to the match and stole our moment. Cesaro takes over and says that the fans would rather look to the past, basically saying that, you people out there, you're so fickle. You'd rather live in the past or, get excited for every brand new guy that comes in over the future, that you don't appreciate what you have at the present time. And he says they proved last night that the Hardy Boys don't belong in the ring with them, and that the Hardy Boys are just novelty acts at this point. The Hardy Boys come out of the stage and Matt informs them that they felt the need that they had to come out and respond. And our response is, and they do the delete motion and then run to the ring.
nice.
Cesaro and Sheamus run out of the ring as the Hardys get into it, and they retreat up the ramp.
Delete, delete, delete.
TNA owns that shit.
I believe Matt also screamed out delete, but not on mic.
Probably. Anyway, promo points to all those people.
And I don't think the Hardys much care about what TNA owns or doesn't own.
No, but Vince McMahon does.
Well, he's allowing this shit, so apparently not.
He's allowing minimal amounts of it, yes. So, promo points. So, Matt, it's going to put him up to 153. And Jeff is going to go ahead and go up to 182. And let's go with Cesaro. It's going to go up to 97. And Sheamus is going to go to 85. Okay. So after this, whoop, the recapper accidentally duplicated the Dean Ambrose promo. Oh, well. Moving on.
It was that good.
It was. So then we go to our next match. Features Apollo Crews versus Heath Slater. Apollo Crews has his new manager, Titus O'Neil, in his corner, and Heath, of course, has the Rhino. Although, as was pointed out by Corey Graves, Rhino was apparently good enough to leave his plate of cheese and crackers in the back for once. So, Slater and Apollo go back and forth. It's kind of a nothing match. Slater throws Crews out at one point. Rhino and Titus hover around like they're almost going to get in a fight, but they don't. Crews takes control back, throws Lenny back in the ring, and hits him with a spin-out powerbomb for the win. Titus then celebrates with Apollo Crews after the match and takes a selfie, which Rhino photobombs in the background. So, we're going to give accompaniment points to Titus and Rhino. So, Titus. puts him at 13, and the Rhino at 15. And Heath competed. He gets 5 for doing so. He did not hit any moves. And Apollo Crews gets 20 points for winning a match. He gets 5 for being in said match and 1 for the spin-out powerbomb. Is 26 points to Apollo Crews.
Okay, then.
53 is 59.
Woo-hoo.
All right. Indeed. So, following this segment, apparently Kurt Angle finally made it to the building, and he comes out of the ring. He addresses the injury sustained by Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman last night at Payback.
Okay.
But Kurt Angle's promo was interrupted by the Eater of Worlds. Bray appears on the screen, and he introduces himself to Kurt Angle and says, I have come to Raw as a savior. I can fix Monday Night Raw. I have big plans for this show. Angle reminds him that Raw is his show, and Wyatt laughs and says Raw may be his show, but it's Wyatt's world. He's got the whole world in his hands. Promo to Bray Wyatt.
And somewhere in England, a mole cries.
All right. So we come to the backstage area where Seth Rollins is in the locker room, and he's approached by Dean Ambrose, who attempts to interview him. Rollins asks what's going on, and Ambrose reminds him that, basically, Rollins is like, Ambrose are doing it. Ambrose is like, well, look, there's a camera here in the locker room. It would be awkward if I didn't interview you. And so Ambrose asks Rollins about the match tonight. Rollins reminds Ambrose that he's beaten him before, and he could beat him and take the title again. Promo points to Rollins and Ambrose. That freaking Rollins. All right, so that puts him at 132. And Mean Dean Ambrose put him at 111. Okay. We go back out to the ring for a cruiserweight match. Double A Austin Aries takes on TJ Perkins.
Mm-hmm.
TJP.
Indeed. So Aries dominates the opening of the match. Perkins comes back and begins gaining some offense mid-match after a springboard forearm strike. And begins working on Austin Aries' left knee. He puts Aries in a half Boston Crab on the top turnbuckle, with Aries hanging between the ropes. Aries manages to knock Perkins outside. Suicide dives him. Takes control back of the match. We come to the end as Aries hits a shin breaker and a back suplex. Perkins comes back and goes for a detonation kick, but Aries fights out of it, locks Perkins in the last chancery, and taps him out. So, let's go over here. So TJ Perkins had no moves, so he's going to get 5 points for showing up for this match. 149. And then A double Austin Aries is going to get 20 points for winning. 5 for competing is 25. And he had about 8 move points. So that's going to put him up at 33 for Austin Aries, which becomes 65, becomes 168. All right. Moving along. Ambrose approaches Finn Balor in the back and asks him if he's nervous tonight. Balor says that he eats nerves. And then Ambrose and Finn Balor then share a donut.
The Eater of Worlds versus the Eater of Nerves.
Yes. And they're both the eater of donuts.
Me too.
They share, yeah, me too. They share a donut, and then the drifter walks by. Because of course he does.
And he asks them for some change.
I would love the drifter would become my new favorite superstar if he actually did that.
That would be pretty cool.
More specifically, if he started drifting around and asking everybody for tree fitty.
Yes.
I gave him $1. You give him $1, let me know one day he won't go away. Anyway, so promo to Ambrose and Balor. $116, Finn Balor is going to get pushed over to 141. Okay. So following this, we go to another backstage area to the Golden Truth, who approach Kurt Angle and say that they would like to challenge the Hardys for the Tag Team Championship. Hardy tells them, I should say Angle tells them, look, I'm sorry, your win-loss are going to be good enough to justify giving you a title shot right now. Goldust says, hey, look, you and the Hardys coming back here have inspired us. It's on a fire on us. We want to prove that we can be at that level. And so Kurt Angle says, all right, we want to prove we're not a joke. And Angle's like, all right, I respect that. You guys are going to have a tag team tornado match next week, and the winner will become the #1 contender for the tag team titles. Now, promo to Goldust and R-Truth. Oh, by
Chase
the way,
RO's winning that match, aren't they?
we'll find out.
I don't know. With the current state, it could be Golden Truth.
I remind you, the #1 contenders on SmackDown are Fandango and Tyler Breeze.
That'd be hilarious if the Golden Truth won it.
And where's
Because if the Golden Truth become the #1 contenders, I literally would have both tag team divisions.
You would.
Main events.
All right.
The land of scrubbertunity.
Pretty much. I'm like,
Oh, by
Breeze
the way,
Angle wins? What?
I almost forgot. Let me go ahead and give the Drifter some appearance points.
Elias Sampson.
Okay.
Accruer of consistent points.
Yep. So we go to the ring for our main event, a triple threat #1 contenders match for the Intercontinental title. Rollins v. Miz v. Balor. Miz gets out of the ring and encourages the other two to beat each other up first.
And they just look at each other and like, nah, we're not going to do that.
And then they both get out of the ring and they beat the hell out of the Miz.
They pincher him. One goes out one side, the other goes out the other side. Miz tries to get into the ring. Balor gets in behind him, backs him up. Rollins runs around to the front of the ring behind the Miz and slides in behind him, and Miz backs right into Rollins, and he's like, oh, shit.
He tries to reason with him, but they both hit him with kicks and then throw him out of the ring. Rollins and Balor then go at it for a while until Miz pulls Balor outside and slams his head onto the ring apron corner. Rollins bumps Miz outside, goes for a suicide dive, but Miz uses Maurice as a shield, so Rollins waits until Maurice moves and then hits him with a suicide dive.
Actually, what happened is he used Maurice as a shield. Then Balor tried to come around the side, and Maurice stepped around to get between Miz and Balor, which moved her out of the way of Rollins, and Rollins just dove past Maurice into the Miz.
Fair enough. So back in the ring, Balor works on Rollins until Miz comes in and boots Balor in the face. The three of them go back and forth for a while. Rollins has control for a while. Superplexes Miz off the top and hits a Falcon Arrow to try to go for the win after Balor got thrown out of the ring. But Samoa Joe comes to blue hell out of nowhere and grabs Rollins, pulls him out of the ring, and rock bottoms him on the floor. This leaves the Miz staring as Joe leaves, having saved him from Rollins. He then turns around into Finn Balor, who hits him with a sling blade and then goes up top for the coup de grace. But as he's up top, the lights go out. When they come back on, Bray Wyatt is on the apron. He pushes Finn Balor into the ring and then hits him with the Sister Abigail and then disappears again.
Remember, Corey, there is no disqualifications in a triple threat match.
This leaves Miz as the only man standing, and so he jumps over Balor and gets the victory. So the Eater of Worlds is going to provoke the demon.
Yes, he
The
is.
Eater of Nerves.
The Eater of Nerves. It's true.
Well, he absorbed the powers of one demon. Why not go after another?
Roman Reigns says what?
Roman Reigns says, I only won because he had no powers. Because Bray Wyatt absorbed them.
Except Roman Reigns clearly absorbed Undertaker's powers because Roman Reigns has the power of number one, owning the yard, and number two, declaring himself to be the main event despite not having a title.
Didn't
Well, that's I was going to say, that's the one power that Bray Wyatt could not absorb. Because while Bray Wyatt absorbed Undertaker's powers, he never beat him. So therefore, he did not gain the ability to main event whatever the hell he pleases.
Oh, okay.
and didn't Reigns beat Bray? So maybe he took them.
That's true.
Took some of them then.
Anyway, so Miz and Marie celebrate and escape up the ramp as Raw goes off the air. So let's do these two. So interference points and a finisher to Bray Wyatt and Samoa Joe each. So that's going to be 6 for the interference, so 7 points each to those two.
Mm-hmm.
Puts Joe at 77. Bray at 130. All right. And then Maurice will have accompaniment points and technically interference.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be 5 on the accompaniment and 6 on the interference is 11. So that's 68 for her. And then we're going to go to the match proper. So Finn Balor, let's see, we'll go with Seth Rollins got taken out first. So we'll do him first. So Seth Rollins is going to get himself 5 points for competing. 4 for being in the main event is 9. And then 7 move points is 16 points to Seth freaking Rollins. Puts him at 148. Excuse me. We'll go to Finn Balor next. He's going to get 5 points for competing. 4 for being in the main event is 9. And he had 3 moves. So that's 10, 11, and 12 points to Finn Balor. Three is 153. And then The Miz won, so The Miz gets 20 points for winning a match. He gets 9 for being in and winning the main event is 29. 5 for competing in the main event is 34. And 2 moves is 36 points to The Miz.
Dumbass.
Miz.
Dumbass.
60, 79, 89, 99. Puts The Miz at 109. Bada boom.
Not the realest guy in the room. How you doing?
No, not even close. And thus we have Monday Night Raw. Let's go check out the scores. Refreshing the data. All right. Ooh, it's getting closer. At 2090, still in the lead, is Team Extreme, followed by the Certified Balor Club at 1923, and still trailing at 1381 is Team Apocalypse.
I told you I was probably going to get hosed during the week here. Because most of my people didn't do fucking anything this week.
90. You won the U.S. title.
This is true. My saving grace. That's why this is the Kevin Owens Show. He may be the only reason why I'm not going to be in a losing position at the end of this week, but we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, he's like the only thing I got on like SmackDown. So
I think you mean a second place position. I'm pretty sure you don't just drop like 700 points somehow.
Yeah. And the second, the only reason why I'll still be in the winning position, I think is what I meant to say. But I don't know. I don't know what happened on 205 Live, so that could completely change if I got host on 205 Live.
We're going to find out.
Dun, dun, dun.
But in the meantime, SmackDown.
Indeed.
The
Indubitably.
Rock Show.
Ha. Yes. Opening up the SmackDown. All right. SmackDown this week aired from the Save Mart Center in Fresno, California. I want to make a Fresno Bob joke, but I won't. Anyway, Shane McMahon comes out to open the show. It's not like Kurt Angle. He shows up on time for his program. And he proceeds to introduce the newest member of the SmackDown roster, the United States Champion, Y2J Chris Jericho.
Na 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 na. Hey hey hey.
He'll be
Goodbye.
back.
Not in this season. He won't.
Our season runs till SummerSlam, my friend.
He might show up for SummerSlam. Ooh.
No, I think he'll be back before that.
Doubt it. Chris Jericho, as old as he is, he's probably going to want to take some actual time off and recuperate.
And remember, Chris Jericho's in great shape because DDP yoga.
Yeah, but he's going to want to take some time off to do said DDP yoga.
He does DDP yoga every day. It's a regular regimen. That's why, despite being 46, he could bounce around the ring like a 25-year-old.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. He'll also want to rest his voice after his tour, so you know.
He will, but his tour only runs till June 24th. Which, by the way, as I'm looking at the Fozzy tour schedule, if you gentlemen are all interested, the last show on the tour happens to be over at the White River Amphitheater.
I don't even know where that is.
It's in Seattle.
It is?
Yeah. Pain in the Grass, Seattle, White River Amphitheater.
Never even heard of that amphitheater. Okay.
It exists.
Apparently.
Jericho invented it.
Yes.
Apparently.
Let's see. The White River Amphitheater, let's see. Since we found it here. White River Amphitheater. Okay, it's technically in Auburn.
Well, that'd be why I haven't heard of it.
It's on Auburn Enumclaw Road in Auburn.
Enumclaw.
Enumclaw.
It still sounds like Venom's special move.
It does. In 99.9, Kiss W presents Pain in the Grass 2017. The headliner, sorry, if you're in a 90s mood, the headliner on that show is actually Korn.
Fair enough. Oh, it's on the Muckleshoot Indian Reservation. Okay.
Yeah, that's a Pain in the Grass tour there. Korn is the headliner, but Fozzy will also be there. So check that out.
Def Leppard is going to be there on the 9th.
Yep. Stone Sour, Baby Metal, The Pretty Reckless, Yellow Wolf, Rad Key, Islander, 10 Miles Wide. On the Century Media stage, Josh Todd of the Conflict, Fozzy, Like a Storm, Aegeus, Desire the Fire, and Code Red Riot. Now, check out
that could be a pretty good
KISW Pain in the Grass 2017 coming up on June 24th.
Check this out, John. Def Leppard with Poison.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, that actually sounds like a pretty good lineup there.
Indeed. But yeah,
Brad
the tour
Paisley
runs
on the 30th.
Nice. But yeah, the tour runs through the end of May and then 3 dates in June. So he'll be done by June 24th. The SmackDown's not until August. He got all the time in the world to come back.
When is Fozzy?
What's that?
What day is Fozzy?
What do you mean?
Their concert.
The one in your area? June 24th. It's the final concert on the tour.
Apparently that concert has no tickets.
Yes, it does.
Because it's not showing up on their fucking events.
Maybe it's sold out.
No, it's literally not even on. It would show up on the event and it would be sold out. It's not even on the event. It's not even scheduled.
Tickets on sale through livenation.com.
Why would it not be through the amphitheater itself? That's weird. Anyway.
They're on Live Nation. Pit tickets are $99.50. Reserve tickets range from $36.95 to $99.50, and also $100 four packs. Reserve seats available. Lawn tickets are $30 for a single, $80 for a pack of 4.
Here you go, Jim. You need to come out here in October.
4 packs not for sale at the box office.
Fair enough, but you need to come out here in October.
Okay.
October 6th, 2017. Florida-Georgia line.
There you go.
Come visit me.
Yeah. Also, the KISW premium tickets. You can get the KISW Palace Law premium experience for $195. Includes entry into the exclusive Pain in the Grass backstage barbecue with food from Roland Smokehouse Barbecue. First beer included with price of admission. Commemorative Pain in the Grass VIP laminate, preferred parking, 100 level premium reserve seats, and you can watch acoustic performances and see your favorite personalities interview Pain in the Grass bands. Entry into the backstage barbecue is limited to persons 21 and over with a valid ID. There's also the BJ and Migs Pain in the Grass party, which is the same price. Lawn tickets $100, regular tickets $139. Hang with the members of BJ and Migs, beer, the barbecue, the other stuff. Men's room happy hour and a half. 100 level reserve seats are sold out, but you can still get a $100 lawn ticket on that.
Fair enough.
So good stuff.
We wish Y2J well on his future concert endeavors.
Indeed. Go check them out on their concert tour dates. It's going to be a lot of fun. By the way, if you want to get in on the Judas Rising tour, they do have a VIP package for the tour. Private soundcheck experience featuring a mini set of Fozzy and classic rock songs. Picture with the band. Provide your own camera, though. Signed photograph and early hassle-free merchandise shopping. So if you want to jump yourself for $100, get yourself a VIP package to hang with Jericho and Fozzy at any of the given tour dates.
Drink it in, man.
Pretty much. So going back to Chris Jericho, he comes out to the ring, and Shane informs him that he's going to have to defend that title tonight against Kevin Owens in his contractually obligated rematch. And he talks about how he'll beat him again, but AJ Styles interrupts and says that he reminds Jericho that they have a past, that they even had Y2AJ T-shirts at one point. And then he has doubts that Jericho's going to retain that title as much as he would like to face him for it at Backlash. Jericho asks Styles if he knows what happens when you doubt that Jericho will retain his title. You just made the list.
He tried to make the list, but that wasn't going to happen.
Kevin Owens interrupts. He says that Shane, AJ, and Jericho arguing about things that don't matter is the most pathetic thing he's seen in his career. No, I think one of those pathetic things I've seen in your career is your giant face on the stage. Because when they put that camera angle of you walking down the ramp, your face just gets really fat and ridiculous looking. Anybody else notice that? No, just me.
Whose face?
Kevin Owens' fat face.
I haven't seen him go down the ring in a while. So.
Yeah, Kevin Owens, they because he's the face of America, they put his fat face on the stage. And because of the camera angle, that has to come down to catch people walking down the ramp, the top of his head gets really small and the bottom of his head gets really big.
I did not notice that.
It's hilarious.
Okay, then.
Anyway. So Owens says the only thing that matters is tonight he's going to take his belt back. AJ said he's had enough, and he runs out of the ring and starts attacking KO on the ramp.
No, KO says, no, AJ, get the hell out of my ring. And AJ's like, okay. So he gets out of the ring and just starts walking up the ramp. And KO's like, wait, what? And AJ just slowly but surely starts getting faster and faster on the ramp and just beelines for KO and took him down. I was like, wait, don't me get out of the ring.
Yeah. So some referees come out and try to pull them apart, but AJ keeps stomping on KO. Shane runs down and finally gets to the middle of him and breaks him up. And we clear that mess out. So we're going to go with promo points for all three of those guys, first of all. Let me scroll back over here. Oh, Y2J. 8. AJ Styles.
21.
and KO. 114. And then AJ and KO are going to get out of match assault points. That puts him at 118. And AJ gets another 4 and goes to 125. All right.
By the way, just in case you're unaware, I am now 3 out of the 4 title pictures on SmackDown. It's all entirely me.
Fair enough.
Because I'm Orton and Jinder. I am now, spoiler alert, AJ and Kevin Owens. And I am the Usos and Breezango. So I'm literally 3 of the 4 title pictures on SmackDown.
Wow.
Because I don't have a horse in the race for women on SmackDown. My one and only SmackDown woman went to Raw, but she's the champ now, so I'm okay with this.
Yep. Nikki Bella. Anyway.
She retired.
Not officially.
Yeah. We still took her off my list.
Yeah.
She's off the list.
You just unmade. You know what happens when you get engaged to John Cena? You just unmade the list.
Yep.
Anyway, continue.
Indeed. So following this, we clear everything out of the ring, and we have ourselves a one-on-one match between the number 1 contender for the WWE title, Jinder Mahal, and Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn. The Bollywood boys accompany Jinder to the ring. Yeah, my notes. Okay. So Jinder and Sami beat the crap out of each other. The Bollywood boys repeatedly interfere. And at the end of it, one of the Singh brothers trips Sami Zayn behind the referee's back when he goes for a suicide dive, and Jinder capitalizes with the full Nelson slam.
Do you know which brother tripped him?
I don't.
You need to figure that out, because that's the one that's going to get interference points.
No, they both interfered through the whole match. It doesn't matter.
No.
It makes not a difference.
He's trying to eventually trick you to actually be able to tell them apart.
Yeah. One of the Singh brothers gets on the apron and distracts Sami, allowing Jinder to roll him up for a 2 count. And then the other Singh brother trips Zayn when he went for a suicide dive.
Fair enough.
No, interference points all around.
Fair enough.
So Jinder won the match, but his mouth was bleeding.
Fair enough. Yeah, I kind of missed that match. I mean, I knew it happened, but I didn't actually see the match.
So the Singh brothers are each going to get 5 accompaniment points and 6 interference points, so 11 points to each of the Singh brothers.
Mm-hmm. I'll admit right now I missed probably about half of SmackDown because I was in and out of consciousness because I was falling asleep.
Okay. And then 11 is 27. Okay. Sami Zayn lost the match. He had 1 move point, so he's going to get 6 points for showing up and having a move.
Thanks for coming, Sammy. Welcome to SmackDown.
12. Ole, 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 ole. Jinder gets 20 for winning, 5 for competing is 25. And he had 8 move points, is 33 points to Jinder Mahal. Yeah, that's, let's see. 90, so let's see, 88. So let's see, 80 plus 98, 108, 118, and then 3 is 121. All right. We cut backstage where Becky Lynch confronts the welcoming committee.
Mm-hmm.
AKA the New Wench Order.
Yeah, that's what they're actually calling themselves now, John.
Nice.
No, that's not what they're calling themselves.
I thought that's what I thought that was their official name.
No, that's what Becky Lynch called them.
Oh, fair enough. That's what they need to call themselves.
I would agree. Anyway, Becky confronts the group, and Natalya says that they have Becky's back against Charlotte and SmackDown management, and that Becky should be the women's champion. And Natalya says that Becky should join them, and together they can save the SmackDown Women's Division.
Becky goes, they have a point.
Mm-hmm. So promo points to Natalya, who appears to be the only one that said anything.
She's the leader of the faction.
She is. So.
Which is why that faction's not going anywhere.
What else? Did Becky reply?
Yeah, she talked.
Okay, then we'll go throw her points too. What's her at 13? 13. There we go. Wait, what the hell did I just do? I just erased Big Cass's points.
You just gave Big Cass 13 points, which I approve of.
Let's try that again. Up here, Becky Lynch should have 13. There we go. Okay. So we see Ty Dillinger backstage getting ready for his upcoming match. Perfect 10.
In his own mind.
So meanwhile, Dolph Ziggler is backstage complaining to people about Shinsuke Nakamura and Shane McMahon. Shane walks up behind Dolph Ziggler and confronts him about what he said. And Ziggler says he's not impressed by Nakamura's entrance and he's going to teach him a lesson.
No. He's the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura.
Promo points to Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that, John, but WWE is now referring to him as the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, I've heard that, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, and they're no longer referring to him as the King of Strong Style.
I think they are, aren't they?
No, they dropped that moniker. That hasn't been said since he hit SmackDown.
It's stupid, but yeah, because on the was it Backlash? I think is the next pay-per-view coming up. On that poster, it's basically all Shinsuke crotch, and along his leg it says the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yep.
So buy your Backlash poster now if you too want Shinsuke crotch. I don't know why they dropped King of Strong Style. It's like the only English Shinsuke knows.
Yeah. You want to know who I am? He knows that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So, Dolph Ziggler gets promo points, which I gave him. And following that, we go out to the ring, where we are joined by Aiden English.
Loser.
Who proceeds to sing about all the wonderful things for several minutes before he is interrupted by the entrance of Ty Dillinger.
Then he promptly loses.
Pretty much. Ty Dillinger wins fairly quickly.
Aiden English getting your assignment Gotch has not helped your career. You fail, good sir.
I disagree. He's on television now.
True.
Yeah, that's the point.
Regularly.
Regularly losing.
Still regular.
He still gets a paycheck.
He does. And at no point can anybody say, oh, he's just another. Jinder Mahal is the fucking #1 contender. We can't say this anymore.
True. Breezango are the #1 contenders.
Exactly. Golden Truth could be the #1 contenders.
Well, SmackDown is the land of opportunity.
There you go. Anyway, Ty Dillinger wins that match, and Aiden English gets very upset and begins crying.
Aww.
Sad Aiden English. So, Aiden English is going to get some points for competing, at least. He'll get 5 of them, in fact. What about 15? And then Ty Dillinger is going to get 20 for winning, 5 for competing, and 1 for the tiebreaker is 26 to Ty Dillinger. And 77 is 83. Okay. We cut backstage to Chris Jericho doing an interview, talking about his match later, but he's interrupted when a very upset, crying Aiden English walks by.
Do you know what happens when you interrupt the interview of Jericho?
No, he's okay. He tells Aiden English, hey, what are you crying, man? What's the problem here? Come on, there's no crying on SmackDown. Look, what do you got to be crying about? Come on, look. You know, you're a talented superstar in the ring. You're a good-looking guy. You can sing. Come on. And he cheers up a little bit. Then Jericho points him, you know what happens when you cry on Chris Jericho's SmackDown? You just made the list. And then cries again and walks away. And then Jericho puts the interviewer on the list for good measure.
Of course he does. The last two people ever to make the list. Because the list is no more.
Yeah.
At least for the time being.
Speaking of which, by the way, completely unrelated, did you guys see the list making that happened in the post-payback clip that was on WWE.com?
No.
No.
So post-payback, Chris Jericho had his U.S. title, and he was walking in the backstage area. And he was approached by the Raw interviewer that looks like Tom Phillips, but isn't Tom Phillips.
Oh, I think I did see this.
And he starts talking about, Chris, you just won the United States Championship. How does it feel? What's going on? And he gets mad. He's like, because Chris Jericho was talking to Kurt Angle. And he's like, you know what happens when you interrupt me, Kurt Angle? And then Tom Phillips goes behind with a blue microphone and goes, Chris, you just won the United States Championship. You're going to be coming to SmackDown. Your thoughts? And Jericho looks back and forth like he's really confused for a minute. And he's like, oh, I finally get it now. Oh, I get it. Tom and Mike. Mike and Tom. Tom and Mike. You're two different people. You're clones. You're clones. You know what happens when you're clones and you interrupt Chris Jericho talking to Kurt Angle? You're both on the list.
I also love he goes, which one of you was on SmackDown? And Mike points over to Tom. Tom just kind of sheepishly raises his hand. He goes, I'll see you on SmackDown.
That was a fun segment. Anyway, so Jericho gets promo. And that puts him at 153. All right. So we cut backstage to Charlotte, who is on the way to the backstage area to the ring for her match, when she gets jumped by the entirety of the New Wench Order. And they beat the shit out of her and throw her into a conveniently located steel door.
New Wench Order.
They throw
God, I'm
Charlotte
gonna have to do that in like the game now, aren't I?
Yeah. Charlotte just hits the door.
No.
And they leave her lying at the steel door. We cut out to the ring where Naomi comes out for the match. The scheduled match being Naomi and Charlotte versus Natalya and Carmella. Naomi gets into ring, but during the commercial break, Charlotte's music hit, but she did not come out. And there was a question whether she is in any condition to compete right now after that vicious assault. The New Wench Order makes their way to the ring, and apparently Naomi's going to have to fight this one on two legally, 1-on-4 in reality.
Well, 1-on-3.5. We don't count James Ellsworth as a full person.
Fair enough.
Also, kind of illegal for him to put his hands on any competitor in this match.
Yeah, but that hasn't stopped him. Also,
Oh my.
does he really only count as half a person?
When he's adopted the name of the person he's with, yes.
Yes. But that doesn't change the fact he has more victories over AJ Styles than anybody currently on the SmackDown roster.
Yes, but in this feud, he only counts as half a person because he can't actually fight any of them. Therefore, he's a non-threat.
Fair enough.
Maybe
All
he'll
he can
fight
do-
Becky Lynch, though.
All he can do,
He'll fight Becky Lynch.
yeah, all he can do right now is just kind of distract them. He can't actually do much beyond that, which makes him like not a full threat. Therefore, not a full person.
Okay.
Boom.
Being the manager of a woman did not stop Ric Flair from being a full threat.
Yeah, but that's Ric Flair. Come on. Ric Flair's always a threat. When he's dead and buried in the ground, he'll still be a damn threat.
He also did like borderline sexual assault, and they're like, "Oh, Rick."
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
That's Rick.
Okay.
I can't remember what that's from now.
What? Oh, Rick.
That's Rick.
Oh.
It's a reference to something. I can't remember what it is, though.
Rick and Morty?
Well, it wasn't a Ric Flair reference. It was a reference to something else.
That's what I'm saying. It might be Rick and Morty.
So like that's Bane or something like that. Can't
I don't
remember
know.
what it was.
Anyway, back to the program. So Naomi starts holding her own against the New Age Order to the best of her ability, but they take control of her after she sends Natalia outside with a flying head scissors, but she manages to pull Naomi out after her and slams Naomi's head into the ring steps, and they begin beating the crap out of Naomi. The numbers game getting the better of her until suddenly Charlotte's music hits and she begins limping her way down the ramp despite the assault.
Okay, first of all, you want to talk about no selling? Continue, Jim.
Charlotte then gets in the ring and proceeds to completely no-sell all her injuries and clean house.
She's limping down the ramp, holding her ribs, like selling and everything, until she steps into the ring, and then she becomes a Flair and fucking no-sells everything.
Woo!
And literally starts flying around the ring and showing why she's genetically superior.
Yep. She gets a hot tag. She knocks Carmella off the apron, tees off on Natalia with chops and punches. Turns her attention to Carmella again with a kick. Then turns around and walks into a clothesline from Natalia. And that is enough for...
which causes her to remember, oh yeah, I have to sell an injury.
Yes. But that's enough distraction for Carmella to run in and manage to pull off a victory.
Indeed.
How did Carmella win this? Because this guy accidentally cut off part of his recap, I think.
I don't remember.
Helpful.
I can look it up. Hang on.
Go ahead and do that.
Let's see. Double E. Luckily, WWE puts their matches on YouTube, so.
Yep.
Scroll down to SmackDown. Where's the scroll down? Let's see. It's Lana. Here. Boom. That's the match. Wait for the ad to finish because YouTube.
Yep.
Apparently, Melina is wrestling again.
Apparently.
She has debuted in Lucha Underground alongside her boyfriend, husband, whatever.
Fair enough.
Are they married? I don't know if they're married.
Who?
Melina and Johnny Mundo.
Are they still even together?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't even know.
Oh, he's the one raising her hand. In the image I'm looking at, anyway.
Let's see.
Let's see. Let's see.
No, he is not dating Melina anymore.
Fair enough.
Since 2016, Hennigan has been in a relationship with Taya Valkyrie.
Okay, then.
Canadian professional wrestler and former model currently performing for Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide and Lucha Underground under the ring name Taya.
Carmella wins via a roll-up, it looks like.
Okay, I figured it was probably a roll-up.
She wins off a roll-up, off of a distraction from Cars Ellsworth.
Ah.
Ellsworth jumped up on the apron, distracting Naomi, and she just ran up behind her and fucking rolled her up.
Fair enough.
There you go.
I appreciate that. Now we know, and knowing is half the battle.
Indeed.
Indeed.
G.I. Joe.
A real American hero.
America.
America!
There you go.
All right, sounds good. All right. So,
and before you go to the next part, I would just like to say, my name is Jeff Ryder, and you are wrong, Jim. You are so wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong,
Okay.
wrong, wrong, wrong. You're so wrong.
can I award points for the women's match first?
Yes, but I fucking called it, and you said I was crazy.
Okay.
You said they were going to.
Exclusive.
You said they were going to turn Becky Lynch heel. I said no, they're not. That'd be fucking stupid. Guess who was right? This guy.
Fair enough.
At least so far, anyway. I will admit they did a good job at making you think they were going to turn her heel, but they didn't.
Fair enough.
And so that's right, folks. If you're keeping score, for the first time ever in the history of WWE on the main roster, all 4 members of the 4 horsewomen are all face.
Alexa, no, Alexa, one of them. Yeah, Bailey, Sasha. Yeah, they're all face. Yeah.
On different shows, but they're all face.
Yeah, you're right. That's interesting. Anyway, I'm going to score the match now, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, Naomi and Charlotte lost, obviously. So Naomi and Charlotte each had 2 moves. So they're each going to get 5 for showing up, and 2 moves is 7 points each.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God, they're going to give the title to Carmella, aren't they? I don't know if that's worse. Yeah, that is. That would be worse than Naomi having the title. At least Naomi's actually been a semi-competent champion. Can't believe I'd be saying that.
Bada bing, realest girl in the ring. How you doing?
Enzo needs to hire you for that.
No. That's what Carmella used to say when she was managing them in NXT.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Enzo would do his bada boom, realest guys in the room. Bada bing, realest girl in the ring. How you doing?
Fair enough.
That was their entrance back when Carmella was their manager.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so the winner of the match was Carmella. So Natalia's going to get 15 points for being on the winning team, and 1 for a move.
Yes.
5 for competing, so 21 points to Natalia. 26, okay.
New wedge order.
Yep. And then Carmella got the win off a roll-up, so Carmella gets 20 points for winning and 5 for competing, so 25 to Carmella. Which are at 50. And James Ellsworth gets accompaniment and interference points, so 11 points to James Ellsworth. Whoa, where'd he go? What happened?
Where's Carmel Ellsworth?
Ellsworth is down here. No, Carmelsworth is their ship name, not his name.
Oh, I thought he said he was adopting that name.
No. Not that I heard, but I could be wrong. John, did you hear that?
I didn't know, but
Only 1 for him. Okay. So post-match, again, this is missed in the recap because he cut off half his shit, but post-match, the New Wedge Order proceeds to beat down Charlotte and Naomi some more. They beat the crap out of them for a while. Until Becky Lynch's music hits and she hits the ring, and there's a question of whose side is she on. And she proceeds to shake the hands and hug all the members of the New Wedge Order in celebration. And then
except for Ellsworth. Ellsworth walks up and is like, tries to shake her hand. She's like, yeah, no.
No. She puts her hand out like, come on, hug. So Elder goes to give her a hug, and then she picks Ellsworth up and throws him into the other 3.
Ah, that's right.
And then then she proceeds to start beating up all the women and knocking them all around the ring.
And then they beat her ass to the ground.
And then they beat the shit out of her and leave her lying on the mat. Yes. But Ellsworth aside, the numbers game just evened up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's out of match assault for the members of the who's it was he there? And for Becky for that matter.
Yep. Because the reason why I felt that she was going to stay face is because I was looking at it and I was like, okay, despite the fact that the New Wedge Order are kind of jobbers, that would still put Charlotte at a severe disadvantage, basically only giving her Naomi, especially if they get Becky Lynch. I'm like, no, that would uneven it too much.
Mm-hmm.
They need Becky Lynch as the equalizer or it won't work.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, it's like, well, now you have 2 members of the 4 horsewomen together. Yeah, that kind of unevens things too.
A little bit. Anyway, so let's see. Becky Lynch is going to get 4 for the assaults. That's 17.
Yeah.
And then we've got Carmella. for the assault. There's another 4. And James Ellsworth technically wasn't involved in the assault, so we won't give him any more. Natalia goes up to 50 even. Ties her up. And then we've got Tamina is down here. Did Tamina interfere in the match too?
I don't know. I think
I'm
they
not
all
gonna
did.
worry. I'm not gonna worry about it. 29. Okay. All right. So
I would say they all did, but yeah, I think the angle they're probably going to play up to keep things even is that Becky Lynch, despite the fact that she came out to help, doesn't trust Charlotte,
yeah,
and Charlotte probably doesn't trust her, and they're going to build that up until they 100% face turn Charlotte, like until they're like, okay, because they basically face turned her, but
yes,
they're going to build that up, and then when she becomes 100% face, that's when it's going to be like, okay, now we trust each other. We're 2 of the 4 horsewomen, and we're going to whoop all your asses.
yep. Now, I'm actually gonna turn this off for a sec.
Mhm.
Hi.
Hi.
So, next up on SmackDown, this came to the ring.
Yeah. I didn't see the entrance. Did he come out with the lights out?
I have no idea. I did not see it either.
Yeah, that okay, so I'd like to point out, is that Hunico?
Why ask you this?
For 2 reasons. Number 1, he's wearing a long sleeve shirt.
Yes.
Hunico, as we know, has tattoos. He's never worn a long sleeve shirt as Sin Cara. He's always come out with no shirt. He's always proudly displayed tattoos. That's how we knew it was Hunico and not the original Sin Cara, because he had fucking tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so could they have put him into a long sleeve shirt to hide the fact that it's not Hunico and hide the fact he has no tattoos? That's number 1. Number 2, I noticed as I was watching this match, Sakara's kind of fat. I don't know if that's the outfit or if it's because it's a different person, because we know Hunico's not fat.
Mm.
Mm.
And I noticed Sakara has a gut. So I'm like, wait, is that a different person? That's why I asked that
Well,
question.
Hunico always did have a gut in comparison to the original Sin Cara.
In comparison, but look at that dude. That dude has like a Kevin Owens gut.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I was watching him wrestle, and I'm like, dude has a fucking gut. I'm like, that doesn't look like Hunico unless he's let himself go. That's why I ask that.
I don't know. What do you think, John?
No idea if that's him or not.
What do you think of the ring gear?
That the picture last week or whenever before looked better. That doesn't look that good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's too turquoisey at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
the pants, like that ratio looks fine, but the top looks not that good. It looks like he has like butler cuffs.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, you're right. Hunico did have kind of a gut.
I'm aware. All right, we'll turn that back off, and we'll go back over to the document.
But yeah, Hunico has a very prominent tattoo on his right shoulder and upper arm.
Yes, we know this.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I don't know. So, Sakara came to the ring because he has a one-on-one match against Dolph Ziggler.
Indeed.
Ziggler controls things early, but Sin Cara fires up, throws some high-octane offense at him.
Oh, we don't even get an entrance for him. What the fuck? He just starts in the ring. Well, fuck you, WWE. That's fucking bullshit.
Sin Cara ran across the ropes and hit a neck breaker into the ring. Ziggler controlled the next couple moments. Sin Cara came back with a one-armed power bomb that popped the crowd. And he went for a springboard moonsault, but Ziggler blocked it with his knees and then super kicked him in the face. So, Sin Cara competed. He gets 5 points and 3 moves. Is 8 points to Sin Cara. The first points you have earned for him. And then Dolph Ziggler gets 20 points for winning, 5 for competing is 25, and he had 5 moves is 30 points to Dolph Ziggler. It's a bit 60. Okay. So we have a promo video for the upcoming debut of Lana.
Lana
Lena.
Week 4, right? Of just the video.
Yep. And now, did you see the next segment, Jeff?
Probably. What was the next segment?
Chung chung.
Oh, the fucking Breezango.
Yeah.
Promo points to me.
In the world of criminal justice, fashion-based crimes are considered especially heinous. The dedicated men who investigate these crimes are members of an elite unit known as the Fashion Police. Chung chung.
I think I missed most of that, but I thought, I heard the thing, the lawnmower thing. I'm like, oh my god, what the hell?
So the show begins, and we open up in the police precinct now, as the little title card tells us. And Tyler Breeze is sitting at a desk complaining he's never going to get this paperwork done when Fandango walks in, saying that we've got a big case right now. And he holds up a file with a picture of the Usos. Ah, yes, the Uggos. And then they list off their numerous fashion violations. And indicate that indicate that the big bus is planned. When is it for? May 21st. Ah, Backlash. And they look like put a map where it's happening, where Backlash is and stuff. They got all kinds of. I love the fact that, and this just a great touch that somebody in the back came up with, and I love you for this. Of all the people that you would expect Fandango to not give tickets to and actually have respect for, in the back, under the map, sitting on the table, is just a picture of classy Freddie Blassie. I'm like, yes, thank you. That is clever.
Nice.
And they head out to deal with some other fashion violation that has come up as they get a phone call. So
We
promo
got
points.
one.
Yep. Promo points to Breezango.
Grab your gear.
Yep. Let's see. Fandango. Promo points is going to be 31. And Tyler Breeze.
When there are crimes of fashion afoot, who are you going to call? Breezango.
Apparently.
Do.
Anyway. So after this, we go back out to the ring for our main event match. It is Chris Jericho defending the United States Championship against Kevin Owens in a one-on-one match. They beat the hell out of each other. There's some countering of finishers. Great back from that. These two know each other well by now. So they have a great match. And we enter the end when Owens wins with a pop-up powerbomb. He then heads back up to the ramp with the belt while the medics check on Jericho, who ate a number of vicious-looking maneuvers, including a DDT on the entrance ramp, which the commentators talk up as being the concern. Owens then runs back down to the ring and proceeds to throw off the officials, including Charles Robinson is there, and he proceeds to drop Jericho again. Well, first of all, he goes back and hits him with another pop-up powerbomb after the match. Then he leaves again. Then he comes back again, and he throws Jericho out of the ring, and he puts Jericho's head inside of a steel chair, and then slams him head first into the ring post.
Throat first
into the ring post. And Owens heads backstage as SmackDown goes off the air. And WWE put up a video of Owen doing this, only writing "sickening." Hashtag SD Live. Ooh.
Hmm?
I played the GIF. That looked like it hurt.
Yes, it did.
Anyway, so we'll get that assault in a minute. Chris Jericho lost, unfortunately. Chris Jericho is going to get 5 points for competing. He's going to get 4 for being in the main event, is 9. And he had 9 move points, is 18 points to Chris Jericho. That's 63. Let's see. It's become 63, and 8 is 171. And then Kevin Owens is going to get 20 points for winning the match. 9 for being the main event is 29. 5 for competing in said main event is, let's see, 29 is 34. He had 12 move points, is 44, 46. And 40 points for winning the U.S. title is 86 points to KO. Plus the out-of-match assault is 90. And weapon use with the chair is 93. Does that get an OMG?
The chair to the throat?
Yeah, to the ring post. What do you think, John? He wrapped a chair around his neck and then slammed the chair into the ring post. Reminding you that Kevin Owens has 93 points right now.
Sure.
Really, Jericho? You're that? Yeah, I guess you would be that narcissistic. On his Judas Rising tour, like promotional image thing, Jericho's front and center, which is fine. He's got shades on. He's wearing his fucking medieval, like metallic Chris Jericho jacket, the black leather with the fucking metal rings going down his arm. So his like sleeves are metal rings. It's like, that's your Chris Jericho jacket. What the fuck, dude?
No, his Chris Jericho jacket lit up, and that got destroyed. He doesn't have that anymore.
No, the medieval one, the one he wore, the one jacket he had that wasn't light up, the black leather with the metal.
Oh,
Way back
okay.
when it was an older jacket, but I'm like, dude, that's your Chris Jericho jacket. Come on.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm trying to
Anyway,
find this tweet that he put up. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, Kevin Owens gets 98 points. Jesus Christ.
Indeed, he is the champ.
So that's over here 198 to 18, and another 8 is 226, and KO takes the lead by a large margin.
He's back, baby! Drink it in, man! I guess I didn't get screwed this week. Jesus! I forgot that he was the main event.
Yep. Let's go check the scores.
Sure.
Refreshing all data. All right, here we go. Team Extreme still in the lead at 2271. Followed at 2224 by the Certified Battler Club, and at 1458, Team Apocalypse.
How do you get 2224?
2024, sorry.
Though I did say KO was going to be the reason I was still in the lead. Guess I wasn't too far off on that.
You would have been in the lead even without him.
Really?
Even if you subtract it, let's just round it and say 100 points, you'd still be at 2171.
Fair enough.
You'd still be 150 points ahead of me.
Fair enough.
Pending 205 Live.
Of course.
Which is a rather interesting 205 Live. We got some things to say about this.
Ooh, Jericho had Kiefer Sutherland and Batista on his podcast.
He had Kiefer Sutherland? Did they talk about Designated Survivor?
I have no idea, but he was just promoting. You know, Jericho had at Real Kiefer and at Dave Batista on at Talk is Jericho.
I need to watch that.
Best podcast? Best podcast.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I need to listen to Jericho's podcast. Anyway.
He runs a good podcast.
He does. He should be running it on the WWE Network, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, dude, you need the mug of Jericho.
There's a mug of Jericho.
It's a black mug. It says the GOAT, G-O-A-T, like G.O.A.T, greatest of all time.
Huh.
And then under it, it's a black and white picture of a goat with Chris Jericho's face.
Ah,
And under it says Chris Jericho.
nice.
Pour it in, man.
Ah,
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho. Yes,
The mug of Jericho. That's awesome.
indeed. Alrighty. Let
And
us
he has
take
a
it to...
T-shirt of that too. That's awesome.
I'm sure he does. That does not surprise me in the slightest.
Let's see. What was the date of SmackDown?
5-2.
Second. I need to go further back.
Back to what?
5-2.
For what?
Trying to find this tweet from Chris Jericho.
Okay.
But you can continue while I'm looking for this.
Okay. So, of course, our 205 recap does come from CageSideSeats.com. Thank you, Alan Sco, as always.
Oh shit! You need to get on it, dude.
What?
The new goat teas, apparently according to Jericho, are available for 2 weeks only in support of juvenile diabetes research.
Oh, that's cool.
So you need to go get your Chris Jericho goat T-shirt.
I'll go check that out. How much are the goat t-shirts?
Beats the shit out of me. Given the fact that it's in support of research and it's from Jericho, they're probably not that expensive.
I would imagine. Anyway, 205 Live. This should tell you what we're in for tonight, because Alan Sco always subtitles his article.
Mm-hmm.
The subtitle tonight is a quote from within the article. 205 Live recap for reactions. Quote, I counted at least 6 botches.
Oh, great.
Sin Cara debuts on 205 Live.
No, surprisingly. But we did have lucha action. We'll get there. So, this is going to be rather interesting. So we see the recap of Perkins talking to Neville on Raw and the usual things going on from Raw.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, apparently Jericho's coming back sooner than you think.
Okay.
Because Fozzie's new song Judas,
Uh-huh.
theme song for NXT TakeOver Chicago.
Ha!
So he'll probably be at NXT TakeOver Chicago.
Do I get points for that?
So no, because he's as Christopher Keith Irvine, not as Chris Jericho. He's going to be singing.
Yes, but you'll know that. Yeah, but realize something. When he's in Fozzy, he's still Chris Jericho.
But we don't score the NXT ones.
Yeah.
Fuck! Fine.
But yeah, so Judas is apparently the theme song for NXT TakeOver.
Cool, I approve.
That will get you to watch NXT TakeOver, won't it?
Probably. So, here's an interesting thing for tonight's 205 Live. People not appearing on tonight's 205 Live. Neville, Austin Aries, and Chad Gallagher.
So I get TJP points?
You do get TJP points.
Woo!
I think that's about all the points you got.
Hey, as long as he won, I'm happy.
He did.
Good, then I'm fine with this.
So,
that would explain why there's so many botches. All the good people didn't show up.
indeed. So we start off with our opening match of 205 Live. TJ Perkins versus Lindsay Dorado.
I have Lindsay Dorado.
You do have Lindsay Dorado.
Holy crap.
I know. So,
okay. Here it is.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, is it? He says, Jericho says, I'll see you all again soon, but in honor of the amazing run I had over the 16 months of WWE, I've designed this official #GOAT shirt as a thanks to you, the friends of Jericho. So all these proceeds go towards the blah, 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 juvenile diabetes research,
Nice.
So yeah, he put out a thank you thing and said, this is dedicated to you guys and goes to research. It's like, dude, you're awesome.
Nice. If Jericho wants to sell something that'll make a shit ton of money, then he can donate to research. he needs to talk to WWE and get the rights to make and sell Jericho Hall shirts. Retro.
Ah.
I would buy the shit out of that. Anyway, so
You can get your stuff at represent.com/goat.
good to know.
So go there now, people. Go buy Jericho merchandise created by Jericho himself. It's for a good cause.
So Jericho's on launch this thing where he is the GOAT, greatest of all time. And meanwhile, somewhere Daniel Bryan is going, motherfucker!
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that? Anyway, so TJP and Lince Dorado had themselves a back and forth match.
Alrighty then.
TJP's chest is all bruised to shit from the Austin Aries match on Raw. They go back and forth. Lince does some cool flippy shit. Lince Dorado ends up on the top turnbuckle, and TJ tries to rip his mask off, as you do. Dorado shrugs him up before executing.
Oh, that's 66.
No.
Yes.
May the fourth be with you, folks. Anyway, and I'm going to quote this verbatim. Dorado shrugs him off for executing, fuck me, a sunset flip that over-rotates into a double foot stomp.
Okay, then.
Looks potentially like a mistake, but the slow motion makes it seem very deliberate. Awesome move.
Okay, then.
Then, after this, shortly after, Dorado goes for a handstand springboard stunner, but TJP is nowhere near the mark. Dorado realizes this and adjusts to a reverse leapfrog that just clears.
Okay, then.
So, there's a neat little finish where TJP counters a sunset flip into a pin by grabbing Dorado's mask.
Okay, then.
Which unsettles Dorado enough for TJP to lock in the knee bar. And pick up the victory. So, Lince Dorado didn't do any moves, so he's just going to get 5 points for showing up.
Hey, he got points. That's all that matters.
He did get points. The
Makes
only
me
points. 5. TJ Perkins gets 20 for winning, 5 for competing, and 1 move for the knee bar. Will earn him 26 points for this match.
TJP.
59 is 69, and then 6 is 175.
Ooh.
All right.
And in between, I will continue with the tweets of Jericho. So this guy's like, hey,
Read them out, man.
Yeah, so this guy's like, hey, at Renee Young WWE caught up on hashtag SmackDown. Your hair looked great during your interview with I Am Jericho. You shouldn't be on the hashtag list. To which Jericho replied, hey, mind your own business, dum-dum. You just made the list.
Huh.
So yes, Jericho checks his Twitter every fucking day.
Oh, yes. Yes, he does.
He's been on tour. He's a retweetaholic, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Like 75% of his tweets are retweets. It's like, geez, dude.
Well, there you go.
Anyway, continue with the 205 Live.
It is. Oh, excuse me. So, Corey Graves takes a moment out of his time to go backstage for an interview. It's a nice sit-down interview with the Brian Kendrick. To talk about his rivalry with Akira Tozawa. You know, he talks about, knowing Tozawa, wanting to bring him into the fold, that he felt disrespected by Tozawa, and admits that Corey says that, yeah, his plan backfired.
Okay, then.
Kendrick is then bum rushed by Akira Tozawa from off stage.
Ha, ha, ha,
Let's
ha.
hit number 5. Always end an interview with an impact. Ha, 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 ha.
Heel move by a face?
Indeed. So promo points to both of those guys and then assault for Tozawa. So Brian Kendrick will get promo points.
Chris Jericho, cheer me on, man.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, thanks to all of you. You're my buddies, my pals. You're the hashtag friends of Jericho. Cheer me on, man. Oh, Jericho. I love Jericho. He's awesome.
All right. So let's see. Tozawa is going to get Tozawa's going to get some promo points, and then assault is 9. And I don't know what he hit when he. I guess he just. I don't think he hit him with a move and just attacked him. So I'm going to assume that he doesn't actually get. Let me see here. Let's play this interview clip. Fucking Skechers ad. The.
You also need to go watch the music video for Judas, Jim.
Okay. So Tozawa ran in and kicked him into. What's Tozawa's finisher?
I don't know. Some kick.
The Shining Wizard.
Hmm.
The Shining Wizard move. What does that actual move involve? Shining Wizard. After stepping on the opponent's raised knee with one foot, the wrestler's other leg strikes the opponent in the head with the side of his knee. So yeah, basically it was a Shining Wizard. Okay, so Tozawa gets a finisher point.
Fair enough.
So Tozawa will get himself, let's see, 5 for the promo, 4 for the assault, 1 for us, so 10 points to Tozawa. 137. All right. So following this, we go back out to the ring for our second match of the night of Mustafa Ali versus Drew Gulak. We have a recap of last week's events, including the lovely moonsault from Ali onto Gulak on the floor. So they do a good bang and forth of Gulak going the ground and pound style and trying to counter Ali's high flying offense. Ali goes to the top room, but Gulak backs right off, demanding that Ali get down, which he's forced to do, which plays into the narrative perfectly. More back and forth for Gulak, gets caught on a rope after missing a running boot. Ali hits the neck breaker and sets up for the 450. But Gulak is smart and he jumps up and holds onto Ali's leg. And however, Ali finally manages to kick him off and go to the top, but Gulak manages to pull the knees up and counter him and then roll him up for the pinfall.
Fair enough.
Drew Gulak is also interviewed after the match saying his victory is vindication for my campaign.
Okay, then.
So Mustafa Ali going to get 5 for competing and 1 for a move at 6 points. Mustafa Ali. 82. And then Drew Gulak gets 20 for winning, 5 for competing is 25. And he had 4 move points. It's 29 points to Drew Gulak. 49 and 6 is 55. And then Gulak is interviewed post-match, so he gets promo points to boot.
Okay, then.
Okay. 60. Good. We then have our main event match. Hey, John.
Yes.
Rich Swann versus Noam Dar.
Yay. For all the titles.
For all the titles, yes. For something even better, apparently. Wait for this.
Oh, good lord, is this an Alicia Fox on a pole match?
No.
Okay.
Luckily. Anyway. So something is, apparently, let's see here. So Dar rushes from outside of the ring to perform one move while Swann had another in mind, which apparently led to a Frankenstein monster of activity that's a 1.5 leg takedown.
How does that work?
A 1.5 leg takedown, a semi-chop block, and an overhead dump.
Okay, then.
So some kind of miscommunication there. So almost aware of that, they just about got away with it. They put on some fast-paced spinning and twisting stuff to get the crowd back into it. Dar crotches Swann on the ropes before hitting him from the top. Dar torques up the viciousness. Crisp-looking belly-to-back suplex setting up for the Dar kick, but Swann scouts it, leading to the comeback. The men brawl outside, both rolling on the count of 9 before Swann throws Dar into the opposing ring post. It was on the opposing side of the ring. Sorry. He jumps over to a tope, which just barely connects. But Dar sells it like an Acme Anvil hit him in the head. They keep going at it outside the ring for a little while. Swann hangs Dar over the crowd barrier and leaps up the railing into a jumping leg drop, which would have been a beautiful move had Swann not completely whiffed it. Then apparently they end up back in the ring, and Swann goes for a Phoenix Splash, which Dar did not roll out of the way of in time. Dar screams, "I'm going to take your stupid arm, mate. Do you hear me?" As he foot presses Swann's arm against the bottom rope, which is nice. More viciousness by savaging Swann's arm in the final few minutes. Twisting and torquing, reversing a flying crossbody into a Fujiwara armbar, and taking advantage of a tree of woe, entangled Swann by smashing the arm, which leaves Swann open for the Dar kick for the finish. So, Noam Dar with a victory.
Woo.
That's a shock.
So Rich Swann gets 5 for competing, 4 for being in the main event is 9, and 4 move points is 13 points to Rich Swann. Is 24. Noam Dar gets 20 points for winning, 9 for being in and winning the main event, 5 for competing is 34, and he had 2 move points is 36 points to Noam Dar. Puts him at 56. And following the match, who should come out and throw herself into Noam Dar's arms but Alicia Fox. Which kind of makes it clear. I guess she's with whoever's winning. I guess. Alan Sco has an interesting question for your consideration here. Does this make Alicia Fox a disingenuous heartbreaker or a smart, conniving, power-hungry woman of strength who knows how to use fickle men to her advantage? You decide.
Both. I'm going to say both. No? All right.
It could be.
Could be. So
at what point in that match does that big snafu happen? Was that the beginning of the match?
All the snafus.
what happened at the beginning of the match?
No, the thing that you mentioned before, where they attempted 2 different moves at the same time.
That was that opened the match.
That opened the match. Okay. So WWE, of course, cut that out of the match on their channel. See?
Because Dar was rushed in from outside the ring to do one move while Swan had another in mind, which led to the weird combination of things. So it's right as Dar was getting in the ring.
All right, let's see if anyone else has footage from it. I'm thinking no.
No.
Kind of wanted to see the.
Yeah, it would have been nice, but
Oh,
no
yeah.
luck. Let's go to the final scores for the week.
No.
Still in the lead at 23-13 is Team Extreme, followed by the Certified Valor Club at 20-68. And still trailing at 15-08 is Team Apocalypse. All right. And let's go over to the leaderboards. All right, top of the leaderboards, by a large margin, is the United States champion, Kevin Owens, at 226, followed by the Raw Women's champion, Alexa Bliss, at 188, just ahead of Jeff Hardy at 182, followed by TJ Perkins at 175. Chris Jericho's in at 171, followed closely by Austin Aries at 168. Finn Balor and Matt Hardy are tied at 153 apiece, followed by Seth Rollins at 148, and the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman, maintaining his spot in the top 10 despite not appearing this week after the pay-per-view at 145.
Nope, I told you Orton would be deep 6. I feel kind of bad for John.
Yay. See? Neville dropped out of the top 10.
He did. But remember one thing, though, we're going to go into SummerSlam.
Yeah, Neville will be getting a lot more points. I think Ambrose will be getting a lot more points as he starts to defend his title. And don't forget, you have the Miz, so no matter who loses, you win, and you get a buck ton of points for that.
Yes, and let's not also forget that after a few weeks of recovery, we already know that going forward, pretty much the remainder of the year, whether it's Braun or whether it's Brock, Roman's getting pushed to the stratosphere. So,
and also Backlash.
I won't have him at that point, though. Remember,
the season's running till SummerSlam, though.
He'll be pushed right after SummerSlam.
No, he won't.
Also, Backlash and beyond, you're going to get a fuck ton of points because Shinsuke Nakamura is debuting at Backlash. He ain't going to lose.
I hope. I would think that about half the people that I've had,
but then again, that also doesn't matter because you have Dolph Ziggler, so no matter who loses, you win.
Yeah, Shinsuke will eventually wrestle. That's good comfort.
Yes.
But like I said, he's facing Dolph Ziggler at Backlash, so even if he loses, you still get a fuck ton of points because you win. You get points.
I get victory points. It's not for a title, is it?
No, but it's still a pay-per-view match.
And you have the entire Intercontinental title feud right now.
Yeah.
See, that might help. Well, sort of.
I think it'll definitely help.
Maybe if they change the belt like Sasha and Charlotte.
But you also, yeah, so you also have Charlotte, who probably is eventually going to win that title. So
yeah, eventually, that's the problem.
You've also, if I have not lost track of how the company works, Bayley has a contractually obligated rematch.
She does. I would also think she was contractually obligated to wrestle between now and WrestleMania, but I was wrong.
She's the Brock Lesnar of the women's division.
Apparently. All the people I'm like, yeah, these will be good people. And WWE's like, nah, don't let any of them wrestle. Vince McMahon and RawTruth.jpg.
Well, we'll see, because you do have the potential to make a lot of points. Now, will it be enough to catch us?
It's not going to be 700
Probably
unless
not.
they trade the belt back and forth like Sasha and Charlotte.
Well, we're going to wait and find out, because remember, the season's running until SummerSlam. We've got 3 more months.
Yeah,
That's a
still
long time, and a lot of things can change.
Yeah, that is true.
And this honestly wouldn't surprise me. It's one of the things they were talking about, because it wouldn't surprise me that one of the things they might be talking about doing is they were talking about maybe Braun feuding with Brock in the meanwhile. So if that happens, if Braun ends up taking the belt to give it to Roman, then Roman will get all the points from beating Braun for the title down the line at SummerSlam.
Could
Also,
happen.
don't forget, they're more than likely going to give the titles back to Cesaro, the tag titles. So you've got that coming down, because they're heavily pushing them as
Do I still have them?
I took
don't
Cesaro
remember.
from him, you
Oh.
dumbass.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think I have them anymore.
Oh,
No, I took shit. He needs American Alpha to do some shit.
well, that ain't happening at least for a while, because they're not the number 1 contenders.
I know, which is stupid and wrong. As much as I do
Exactly.
like Fandango.
Mm-hmm.
See all these people where I'm just like, they'll use them. They'd be stupid not to. And they're like, oh, yeah?
Oh,
Challenge accepted.
Road Dogg
Pretty
goes-
much, yeah.
Road Dogg's like, oh, you didn't know?
He's like, you saw how we voted. We'll show you, stupid. And like, oh, thanks.
Yep, pretty much.
It's like, hey, John, I'm in charge of the writing on SmackDown now. Oh, you didn't know?
Ah.
3 months, man, depending if
Well,
anything
let's also
changes.
be fair though, John. Part of that's not totally just them intentionally shouting people, because in terms of the Raw situation, I'm 98% sure that Cesaro would be fucked right now if Dash Wilder hadn't blown his damn fucking
Yeah.
jaw off.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably, yeah. I could see that.
So, plus, eventually they got to go. Eventually, at some point in time here, following the AJ feud with KO, at some point they got to throw Mojo Rawley a bone and give him a title shot.
Well, if Ryder comes back, it'll probably be a tag title shot.
Who knows?
Yeah, it does seem like they're gonna push
Yes.
him to get a mid-card title.
Yes, and you have the and if Jinder wins, you have the advantage of the Bollywood boys riding the coattails of the WWE champion.
That doesn't always translate into like tag team, like gold though.
True,
Sometimes, but
but I can see them pushing the Bollywood boys to a tag title, right? That's why they're giving it to Fandango, so it's believable the Bollywood boys could beat them.
And because
you
because
figured it
Breezango
all
are
out.
because Breezango are faces, and they would need to face a face team,
Yes, that too.
because it would make sense for them to face the Usos, because the Usos are heel.
Yes,
That and the Usos would destroy them.
yeah. Alrighty. So this has been there we go. This has been the WWE Fantasy Log, as always. Sheet. I am James Phoenix. They are Jeff and John. Thank you all at home for joining us. And we will see you next week for another one of these wonderful little get-togethers.
Indeed.
Until next time, I bid you peace.